Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode 56. This will be the final Shut Your Mouth Lounge of 2018, and here to celebrate it with us is obviously, it's me, Alex, yeah. And then there's Addie, who apparently needs no introduction, I guess, and Pink Sparkle Puff.
Hey,
Oh, that's Pink, all right. Addie, a little slow on the draw there.
maybe me and Addie will swap places.
Well, then I'd finally fucking call you by the right names.
Yeah. I mean, Pinky, if you have the money to fly to Hungary and then have me fly out there, we can trade places.
And nobody would know anything changed.
Yeah. Uh, Nobody would notice Pink being like 2 years younger, and also gypsy.
Okay. So, there were fucking no news releases over the Christmas week, which kind of isn't surprising because that's kind of the week that people wouldn't be paying too much attention to the news. But, I mean, it's just tiny. A lot of it was just tiny stuff that would only pertain to the smallest of things, and I just saw no reason to do that. So instead, we're gonna have a fucking discussion of 2018 and our hopes for 2019. I hope you guys are fucking ready.
I think we are.
Addie?
Yeah?
Are you ready?
Nay.
Oh, okay. I'll take that as an answer. So, let's get started. We're going to go around, starting with Pink, then Addie, then Alex on each question.
But which Pink?
Uh,
The sparkly pink.
American Pink.
American pink.
All right.
It's my favorite flavor.
Pink, I don't want to know about you tasting yourself. Please don't. All right.
Autofellatio is big this season.
Oh, Jesus. So, Pink, in your opinion, what was the best new release of 2018?
Speaking from an entirely biased opinion here, I would say Smash Ultimate.
It is really fucking good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I personally, of course, am now going through it, and I wouldn't say it's amazing. The gameplay itself and all the alternate side modes are amazing. I'm not a fan of World of Light.
I haven't even played through the World of Light yet.
Oh, I was trying to play through World of Light to unlock all the characters so we could play with them in multiplayer, and yeah, it's actually way slower to do that than to actually just play matches. It was a mistake. I mean,
Funny.
But yeah, it's kind of fumbled. Like, the whole thing is just a bunch of matches with weird movesets, and you're just as likely to end up with a match where it's just hilariously over the top in your favor. Where it's like, alright, I picked Little Mac, and I've got spirits that make it where I start out at 30% health, but I get massive fucking damage boost to everything, and my final smash meter builds up a lot quicker. And Little Mac being Little Mac, I just fucking walk up to them and do the side smash, and dead. Instantly. Dead. Then there are some matches where it's like, oh, the assist trophy spawn rate has been improved massively, and also they only spawn Galaga drones. In that case, you get fucked. Oh my god, World of Light mode has taught me to hate the Galaga drone.
With a situation like that, I believe it.
So, I'm curious to hear, how much did it change from Wii U, like, in terms of feeling? Because I skipped that one.
It does feel a bit different. I feel like sometimes the character's limbs in Ultimate feel like they're much shorter than in 4, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, if you pick a sword character, everything feels very nice and smooth. But if you're playing somebody like Mario or Jigglypuff, sometimes it feels like their arms are just too short to connect with people when you feel like you should be connecting. I
That,
don't know if that's a bug or just me being ported over from 4 to Ultimate. Or
that was the thing I noticed as well. It seems like the range on normals has been decreased considerably.
right.
What
I'm not sure if it's something that I'm gonna have to get used to or if they're gonna change it down the line, but who knows at this point.
I I'd assume that it was intentional, but I mean, no, I'm not exactly sure. Obviously, I
Right.
can't fucking peer into the mind of Sakurai.
Yep.
The new fight, like spoilers, because Red Dead Online was a fucking train wreck. I'm going to go ahead and agree with Pink that the best new release of 2018, at least for me, was Smash Ultimate. So we'll just skip over me when we get to that part, and me and Pink will continue to talk about Smash Ultimate. The new fighters were all really good additions.
Yeah. Have you played as K. Rool yet?
I practiced with him in a training match. Have not played him in a full match yet.
He's friggin' crazy, man.
Well, I knew I was gonna love him the moment I saw that his up grapple is the fucking Argentine backbreaker, and you can combo that into his up special. Just fucking lawnmower them with the fucking little propeller pack.
Yep.
I'm curious what he can do. Like, I've been spending more time with the Belmonts because that ties into what I've been playing this past week. And I really enjoy the Belmonts. They're interesting because they are just full-blown ranged characters.
Right.
Like, I was kind of shocked when I first played Mega Man because it's like, holy shit, this character has almost nothing at close range. And then you get to the Belmonts, it's like, these guys legitimately have nothing at close range outside of a dive kick. I love that Simon and Richter have retained their fucking old walk cycle. That old animation. Yeah, it's a classic. I think we're going to probably talk more about Smash Ultimate, though, when we get to the part where we talk about what we played this past week, though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll talk more about it later. So, for a little bit of spacing out, so this isn't just a lot of Smash Ultimate, Addy, what was for you the best new release of 2018?
Probably Yakuza Kiwami 2. Because
Okay.
I actually need to look up whether or not it was released this year, but yeah.
Oh, so you really enjoyed getting into a fist fight with the Great Muda?
Yeah. No, I actually haven't been in a fist fight with him. I have beaten the shit out of him in a tower defense minigame, though, yeah.
A tower defense minigame. Oh my god, that's Yakuza.
But,
Well, in order to beat the
yeah.
Japanese pro wrestler, I first have to beat him at a game of tower defense. And then I'm gonna go take a piss, and I'll do a minigame while I'm pissing. Oh man.
But yeah, like, I genuinely have no idea when games are released because I usually get them a couple of years later. So I was like, what games did I play that would have been by the price point released this year? And then I remembered that I got Yakuza Kiwami 2 for $20 while it was on like a 70% sale. So that's pointed me to look up whether or not it was released this year, and wouldn't you know, it was in September. So
Damn, that recent? Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
think it released like in January or February in Japan, but here it took a good while longer.
yeah, it's September 18th, 2018. It
Yeah,
says on the PS4 store space or whatever the hell. And yeah, I'd say that I like Kiwami 2 is actually my favorite out of the of the three that I've played so far
really?
because because the Dragon Engine makes it that much better for me.
Okay, yeah, because that's the sophomore entry of the Dragon Engine, isn't it? Because Kiwami 1 didn't
Yeah,
have it, did it?
no, it did not.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see how that would work. Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah,
like that I've been looking up. Like, generally the sentiment is that Yakuza 0 is the best of the series, but it's interesting to hear a dissenting opinion on that.
Zero, I mean, I don't know because I haven't played through all of the games. Zero might be the most, well, it might have the best story objectively or something, but I don't look at that. I look at my enjoyment and the whole smoothness of walking around in Kamurocho and Stoughton and just being able to, um, walk in the street and have motorcycles and bicycles flip as you walk over them and
What?
shit like that. And yeah, like when you walk in the overworld, you can get into fights. They're not triggered by cutscenes. They're a soft load thing now. And if you walk over, say, a bicycle, when you enter a fight, they're actually broken and stuff like that.
Right, I remember from Yakuza 6 it going directly from the overworld to the fights, but I didn't hear anything about breaking the bikes and cars by walking over them. I don't remember that happening, but admittedly, at no point in Yakuza 6's demo did I run into traffic.
No, not in traffic. There's at least in Body, I remember there being just bicycles parked everywhere. And when you're walking from A to B and you're like me who gives no shits about anything being in the way, I just run over them. And that breaks them apparently.
Alright, interesting to know. So
Yeah.
is it because the physics are still in place, or is there just a deliberate thing of if Kiryu runs into a bike, it explodes?
It's the physics are still in play.
Ah, okay, okay. You know, it's funny. I got a little thing here. Just to stay, just to get this out while it's still relevant, because I've actually been sitting on this beautiful awkward zombie comic for a little bit, because it's one of my fucking favorites. And you're probably gonna have to click on that to zoom in on it, but you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why Kiryu should be in Smash.
I mean, like I don't even use. Oh right, how much of the new heat system do you know about?
I don't know. I know that I know from playing Yakuza 6 that now any combo finishing like any heavy can be turned into a heat move.
Yeah, and there's also this part where if you upgrade your heat system or heat gauge enough, then you go into a super mode that you can trigger when the heat gauge is full. And when you hit people with a heavy, and at that point it just turns into a heat action that you can mesh and stuff like that, and just kill people with one hit. Like even the bosses, you take down like a 5 health bar boss's health to 1 bar if you can mesh fast enough.
You know, I feel like that was supposed to be more in place for Yakuza 6 when Kiryu would have been at his best.
I mean, probably, but I don't mind it being here because it's fun.
'Cause now you can just fucking walk over everybody.
No, actually, the game is harder than the other ones were.
Really?
Weirdly enough. Yeah, weirdly enough.
Well,
Like,
what makes it difficult?
yeah, just the overall damage, I say. Like, you take more damage and you seem to dish out less than you did in Zero and Kiwami 1.
Oh, huh. Yeah, it did seem like in 6 you took a lot more damage than you did in the classics. Huh.
So yeah, that makes it a lot harder, but I think the heat mode balances it out because you get to be overpowered for a couple of seconds as well. And then other than that, well, I just like how they still have the Cabaret Club and the new mode that I won't talk about because it's spoilers, but that's the tower defense one.
Oh, alright. Yeah, Yakuza Kiwami, like, the Kiwamis are definitely on my list. I just need to get around to finishing 0. And I'm hoping to spend less money on video games next year, so hopefully I'll have more time to finish the stuff I actually have. And
You can just route the money to me. I'll put it to use.
everything Addy... This is why I should never mention money, because it always leads to Addy saying, well, just give the money to me. It's like, Addy, I'd like to put it in a savings account so that one day I can have a windfall whenever I like to have kids or something, but, you know.
We'll never have kids.
Maybe you
We're
won't.
too busy being losers here. Don't get with the program, Alex. Come on now.
I refuse. Speaking of not getting with the program, so the next question is best. That actually was a terrible segue, but you know whatever. Best game you've played for the first time in 2018 of in a year. Like, The game could have came out at any time. It's just that you had to play it for the first time in 2018. What was the best game? I'm gonna mute myself because I need to go grab. I need to text somebody. I forgot something.
All right, let me think of the games that I played this year from any year. I'll obviously have to give a little shout out to Rainbow Six for as much time as I've put into that game. I do think it's a little odd that they're just now seeming to really make the game fully operational. It's been out for like 3 or 4 years now, but I was only just now this year feeling like this is a very complete game. Like back when we started in February, I want to say,
I
that was
can
still
check.
back when they had you have to unlock the 8 original operators,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which I find, looking back on it, to be completely ridiculous. The game should start out with those operators as it does now. Then there were all the aesthetic changes and gameplay changes that they've made this year.
Yeah, we started in February, so you were
Right.
right.
So the game came a long way in a short amount of time that I've been in there. But if I look back on how long it's been out, it's like, wow, it took them this long to get some of this most basic stuff into the game. What was going on there?
The
What else
Ubisoft
did I
problem.
play? Oh yeah, speaking of Ubisoft, I played Far Cry 5 this year. I enjoyed my time with it. I thought the ending was absolute garbage, though, and that's one of the reasons I won't be coming back to Far Cry. Shooting cultists with arrows was incredibly fun, and I loved their little jaguar companion that you had. But outside of that, I just don't think it was all that memorable.
I forgot Far Cry 5 came out this year.
Do you not do you not want to play as freaking? Do you not want to play Borderlands ripoffs though? Pink.
I didn't want to play normal Borderlands.
Oh man, yeah, Rainbow Six was definitely a great discovery for all of us. That has
I don't
provided.
know. The more I play that game, the more I hate it.
The Rainbow Six is a definite case, though. Yeah, where if we would have gotten in at the start, it would have been an entirely different experience.
Oh yeah.
Particularly because wasn't. Oh man, there would have been balance at the start. I remember when we got in, it was Lion every match, fucking Lion and Finka.
Yeah.
Right. Because those had just come out,
Yeah.
and they were both stupid overpowered.
Did they even? I don't see them a whole lot anymore, but did they nerf Lion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he used to have 3 of those drones that he could use in very quick succession. Now he's only got 2, and I think they have like a 30-second cooldown, maybe longer. I could be wrong. I don't play Lion that much, if at all.
That's good. I was never able to. I was never able to make sense of how the drone could find the person, even if they were just sitting inside the building. Like, isn't
Right.
Rainbow Six supposed to have snipers sitting outside the building for that?
Yep. But no, because Glass isn't your typical sniper, and they're trying to change that nowadays.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, Rainbow Six was pretty good. Addy, what's the best game you've played for the first time in 2018 of any year?
I have to remember which games I played as well. Bloody hell.
Oh boy.
I'm actually looking over my PS4 and Xbox install lists and stuff like that just so I can figure it out. Uh Tekken 7 was last year, was it?
Tekken 7 was last year.
Okay, good. Uh what did I play this year then? Freaking would we count For Honor's beta as playing the game before?
I wouldn't count a beta.
Pink, did you say you would or wouldn't count it?
Would not.
All right, we'll go with that. Just to
That's
give you,
just not a full.
we'll go with that to
game
give
review.
Addy an easy answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I would probably go with that just because Like I've been basically passively following the game since it was in beta, just because I was in the beta and I enjoyed it. Like I didn't look at the balance changes or the new characters or anything like that. So when we actually got the game for free and I saw Ramusha and the ninja, it's like I remember when they actually announced the ninja, the shinobi. I remember I was like, I'll probably buy this character, and then I think I was also still there when they released the Aramusha trailer. I was like, shit, who do I choose? And I chose Aramusha
Yeah.
like years later. But uh, yeah, like I still enjoy playing that game, even though I guess well, here's the thing, I don't actually play against people anymore, not because I feel myself inferior, but just because the game is so what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I suppose buggy is a word that could fit. Because the issue with the his going through the cards and stuff like that is still there. And so I don't want to rage at people. I don't want people to rage at me for things that aren't actually in my control, like the cards deciding not to work.
Right. The inconsistencies of it.
Yeah. So I've been enjoying playing against the bot. Um, for what time I have. Other than that, if we or if I need to say another game because it because this was an easy answer, then I suppose the Force Unleashed 2 was probably my favorite game that I played this year.
Force Unleashed 2.
Yeah,
Huh. People always consider that the the inferior entry in the series.
dual wielded freaking lightsabers.
Ah, well, there we go.
Like it's not even that I just like I liked how well because I actually played through those games chronologically, so I liked how you retained some of your power from the first game, even though you lost most of your power. If that makes sense. And I also
Nope.
liked how, well, I liked how certain elements of your Jedi power or whatever the hell. I don't know. Would Starkiller be a Jedi or a Sith?
Yes. I would
So
consider him a
your
Sith because he was trained by Vader, but I mean, Vader was himself formerly a Jedi, so I mean,
so you retain some of your gray Jedi powers. Those are a thing, right?
gray Jedi powers? What?
I remember reading about like these gray Jedi that are like between Sith and Jedi or something like that. I'm
Right.
not sure
From the fucking
not,
Edge Lords, they're like, oh, the Jedi and Sith are both evil. Let's make a cool third guy who's morally perfect or something by being too cool for school. Fuck Star
but
Wars expanded universe. It's provided some great stuff. It's also provided some awful stuff.
But yeah, so you retain some of your powers and some basic versions of it, but you're not as strong as you were when you finished the first game. So you still have somewhere to go when you start the second one. Like my only qualms with the second game is that it was a bit too short for me, and that well, the harder difficulty is not really that much harder. It's just that you die easier. And I should know because I actually tried to play through the game on the hardest difficulty, and the only thing that's keeping me from doing it is freaking time.
Yeah, that's a definite problem, especially with the cheapier games like that. That it's just, oh well, difficulty. All right, so now the enemies deal more damage. That's it. It's curious that you would say it's your favorite old game of 2018 just for the sheer fact of you retained part of your power from the first game. That's such a weird basis to say you really enjoyed a game. I'm not crazy for saying that, right?
No, you're not. It's just that like I suppose it's what's the word? Freaking, it's being manipulated or whatever by the fact that I played through both of the games chronologically. So like I would probably feel different about the games had I played through them. Basically, if I tried to play through these games like I did through the Assassin's Creed games, I might be of a different opinion, but I didn't. So
Huh.
Also, you have to remember that I'm the power hungry of the three of us. So
Which means you're the fucking coward.
I couldn't hear what you said. So
I called you a coward.
eh. I mean, I called myself a coward as well just this week. So eh.
Yeah. Well, at least you're aware of it.
Yeah. I have no qualms about shooting people in the back. If it's a win, it's a win.
Oh my god. Addy the hero, renowned war criminal.
uh, I mean, if I hadn't been using this name for the past I don't know, has it been 5 years?
It's
It was
definitely been 5
probably
years,
more.
yeah.
Probably more, yeah. Like if I haven't been using this name, I'd probably change it to something else. It's just that I don't have the imagination to change it, and I think editor William would just be a cop out.
Oh, hey, I was able to change it. Oh, no. Oh, God. So, yeah. And on my end, I'm not exactly sure what, but I'm falling in the same thing as Addy, where I can't exactly remember what I've played this year. I'm almost tempted to say games I just got, just because I can easily remember them, but I know that's probably not the case, because I've not finished them. But... oh, it might be Bayonetta? It might be Bayonetta.
Ah.
Yeah, Bayonetta may be the best game of 2018 that didn't come out in 2018 for me. And it's weird to say that because I know I went on a... like, Pink wasn't even there. Pink wasn't there for me when I finished... wasn't there on the podcast when I finished Bayonetta and said, okay, yeah, my complaints earlier were wrong. It's a good game. So this is coming right out of fucking left field for Pink.
Right.
Where last time I talked about Bayonetta for Pink, it was like, the game's overrated, it's mediocre. Ugh. Like, no, it's actually pretty fucking good. It's one of the games where the thing you're going to have to deal with is the fact that a lot of your success in the game is going to depend on your ability to memorize enemy attack patterns. And Bayonetta is the kind of game where the attack patterns are ruthless for the first time you fight that enemy, you know? Where if it's your third time fighting the enemy, you're going to do pretty alright, hopefully, unless you've just been totally blind. But on your first time, you're going to get your ass beat because the attacks are ruthlessly quick and damaging. They're telegraphed if you know what the telegraph is, but you won't know what the telegraph is the first time, right?
Right.
So that was the issue I had with Bayonetta, but the more time I spent with it, the more time I got used to it, the more time I got used to the way it works, the more I came to really enjoy it. And it's another one of those games where it's like, yeah, I'd love to now spend more time and go through and complete the levels on hard difficulties and all that, but I need to finish other games. But it's a very solid Devil May Cry-like. Not as good as Devil May Cry, but I'm going to say that, at least partially because Devil May Cry is a lot slower in pace. And Bayonetta is a little too fast for me at times. But yeah, other than that, Bayonetta was fucking great. And
Telegraphy is the long-distance transmission of textual or symbolic as opposed to verbal or audio messages without the physical exchange of an object bearing the message.
Addy, you watch wrestling. You know the term telegraphing. You play fighting games. You know the term telegraphing. Why are you deciding to make fun of me for it? You've heard I am not a crazy person for using the term telegraphing to mean a move with an obvious startup.
I'm doing a gag, W.
Oh, shut up. I'm doing a gag. So, yeah, the number one thing I have to definitely give Bayonetta in its favor, and this is something I know Addy's going to be vocally agree with me on, because I know Addy's another person who has I love the Bayonetta games, because Bayonetta is a character. You know?
Yeah.
She's a full-blown character. There's never any moment where they choose to have Bayonetta act in a mundane manner, or just not act at all, because they think that would be more player insert. Bayonetta is never a player insert. And that's, like, I've read fucking articles where they accuse the game of being, like, sexist or something because she's not sympathetic. Like, Bayonetta's not sympathetic because she's a separate character. Dante's not really sympathetic either because he's a fucking weirdo, crazy guy who goes around killing demons while screaming woohoo and all that. Like, I'm good with the main characters being fucking weirdos that we can't like fully identify with because we're real people, you know?
Yeah, a big trend that I dislike in today's gaming is that everything, not even just gaming, everything in. Okay, this is freaking infringing on a topic, I suppose, but
Well, it wasn't a trend of 2018. It's a trend of gaming in general. So, I mean, I would say it doesn't infringe on a topic.
But like a trend that's been a big in the last couple of years, that I dislike a lot is how everything needs to be sympathetic and you need to be able to see yourself in everything. I just disagree with that. What if I want to be a Japanese warlord killing hundreds of people with 6 swords? What? How should I, as a Hungarian fat ass, identify with that? And what if I still want to play a game where I play as a freaking chiseled Japanese warlord with 6 swords, killing people with two or killing people with 1 strike?
Yeah, that is definitely part of it. I think that's also kind of getting into an argument over another whole theory, like, that I won't talk about because it's kind of political inherently in nature. But that's like, it also goes along with the idea, like, even if a character is like over the top and silly, or if the character looks nothing like you, or if the character like is some extreme badass, it also runs into the idea of like, if you can't sympathize with someone because they're a badass, if you can't sympathize with someone because they don't look like you, if you can't sympathize with someone just because their world is a little more over the top than ours, I don't think the problem is that the character is a character. I think the problem either is on the writer, or the problem is on you.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that particular sentiment in general, like the idea that you can't sympathize with a character because they don't look like you, is something that all three of us would firmly disagree with. But, I mean, again, that's something that gets it a little bit into politics, which isn't exactly what we intend to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I'll say is, like, probably the video game character I sympathize with most is Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, who is a middle-aged black man. And I'm
And so are you.
yeah, I've secretly been a middle-aged black man this entire thing. Obviously, because, I mean, apparently I can't sympathize with him unless I also am a middle-aged black man.
Right.
Oh, man.
The character I sympathize with most is Doom Guy because I also kill demons for a living.
You also...
Because he killed my buddy.
You also scream about the environment while you kill demons.
Yeah. No, I sympathize most with Sonic because I am also a werewolf at night.
Who also was a knight for a little bit for some reason.
Yeah, and then I also turn Super Saiyan when I come in contact with like, I think it was 7
The Chaos.
like minerals.
The Chaos.
Yeah.
And you
And
have an edgy dark twin.
Yeah, and both of us exclusively eat chili dogs, nothing else.
Oh, and you've got you're voiced by Urkel too.
or Ezio.
Either one, both.
Yeah, both at the same time.
How are we supposed to know Urkel was secretly Ezio? Urkel is part of that bloodline. They put him in the Animus to get the assassins.
Yeah.
Man.
I also never take off my shoes, aside from creepy fetish fanfiction.
And the Sonic Dreams.
Yeah, and that. As I've said, creepy fetish fanfiction, yeah.
Oh, fuck me. You remember last week's podcast when I was messing around on a news site over an article, and I accidentally clicked to subscribe to their newsletter?
Yeah.
Well, because of Windows 10, I get fucking Windows notifications for it. I don't know how to unsubscribe. So just in the middle of the podcast, the little fucking notification noise played off as the fucking thing was like, hey, here's an article about Aquaman. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck off. Oh, man. So, Pink, what for you was the worst new release of 2018?
Can we all just agree that it was Fallout 76?
I was
Yeah.
worried we would.
It's hard to think of any other
I
close
mean,
contender, you know?
I have one that's not objective if you want to go with that one.
Oh,
Uh,
I feel like your answer is going to make me angry, though.
I don't think so.
Okay, shoot. Let's go.
Well, if we're going with subjective votes as well, then my worst game of 2018 has to be Assassin's Creed Odyssey. As I've said, subjective. It ruined the franchise for me.
Yeah, I guess that would be least favorite. Yeah. I put it under worst, but I mean, whatever, fuck it. We need an opinion that isn't Fallout 76, so go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fallout 76 was, holy shit, the train wreck of the fucking year, wasn't it?
right.
It was
We
a-
had several consecutive weeks where it was just something new that Fallout 76 had done wrong.
It was a fucking torrent of bad news for them.
And it all came from Pirate Bay.
I somehow, dude, legitimately, the moment I said torrent, I thought Addy's going to make a piracy joke. The Addy sense was tingling.
I mean, you've known you've known for how many years?
5.
At this at this point it should be implanted into you.
Yep.
I would be surprised if it wasn't.
It is. It's the Addy sense, you fool. Oh man, it Fallout 76 is like. So Bethesda has been slowly worsening in the public view. Like Skyrim was the first one that had a vocal minority that didn't like it, I think we could say. And then Fallout 4 got rid of a lot of goodwill. But
Yep.
I think it was still in a place where Fallout 76 could have saved it. But anyone who's been paying attention to the game releases so far, who's seen the trend from, Morrowind to Oblivion to Fallout 3 in New Vegas to Skyrim, could see it's only going to get worse from here.
Right.
Because each of those games has gotten progressively less RPG. And this is kind of part of it, I think. And this is also representative of the fucking trend that is bizarro, always online games having just absolute wrecks of launches. Like, how many times can you count where an always online game had a good launch? Overwatch. That's the only one. Overwatch is the only always online game that came out in the last 5 years that I could think of that had a good launch.
Right.
Maybe WoW, one of their expansions.
I think every World of Warcraft expansion has been kind of a train wreck after Lich King. What was it? Wrath of the Lich King?
Think, no, it was. I think it was Wrath of the Lich King, but I think Battle for Azeroth had a good launch.
It might have. I definitely remember there being problems when Cataclysm launched. I definitely remember there being controversy over that and staying the fuck away from it.
Yeah, Cataclysm and Pandaria turned a lot of people away. I think there was like one or two more. I don't know because my one friend who actually plays WoW quit it after Pandaria and then came back for Azeroth. So I don't remember how many expansions there were between those two.
Yeah, but those aren't really launches of new games, though. They're launches of new expansion packs. If we want to get into, like, launches of new DLC and updates and expansion packs, we'd have to take forever to talk about the ones that went well.
Right.
Well, let's see. Season 1 of Rainbow Six, Season 2 of Rainbow Six. Not Season 3, though.
None of the seasons of For Honor.
I don't know. There are some For Honor characters that aren't DLC characters that aren't atrocious.
Now,
Yeah, that's
like, have you read about the ghost stories of freaking Centurion in season 1?
Oh, I know about Centurion. I know about Aramusha and Shinobi are the only ones I've not heard a great big deal about. Oh my god, this character is broken.
That's because you haven't seen people who don't know how to parry complain about them yet.
I don't know.
I
Aramusha's the one everybody says is underpowered.
Because he is, but like that there are still like I don't know bi-weekly or so posts of nerf Aramusha because he's all light attacks, and I mean
And
he's not
that's
wrong.
and that's why
He's
Aramusha will never get a buff.
yeah, like he is not wrong, and I don't disagree with him. I like if they would rework him, so the alternating pattern infinite is just a part of his kit and not his whole kit, because like his kit right now is just alternating pattern infinite, and then deadly fates if you can pull them off, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played against your Aramusha, I know. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing For Honor will always have is that Lawbringer and Aramusha will always have trouble getting buffs just because they're the casual killers.
Lawbringer is actually getting a buff.
He is.
Yep.
Oh,
They
Hellfrozo.
more or less confirmed it. I think from what people are saying. Like I know they confirmed that Shugo is getting a rework, which is good because I just picked up Shugo. I actually kind of like him even now. Then again, I can just freaking charge heavy the bots away. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, yeah,
Shugo just seems like a cheese character, a little bit.
he is right now. He is like it's all charge heavy and Demon's Embrace, and Demon's Embrace misses it like 9 out of 10 times.
Oh yeah, I picked up Shugo once and missed all of the command grabs, and I was like, all right, so I'm never gonna pick up Shugo again. Pink, I think, had the same experience with Shugo, didn't he?
Big, we lost him.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
Ubisoft has come to kill Pink.
yeah.
It's
So,
always Ubisoft.
Shugo's getting a rework. Okay, so Pig, what were your
Yeah.
experiences with Shugoki? Because that's when you cut out for us.
Well, my experience with Shugoki, I had one really funny time where I did a nice baseball swing to a guy and knocked him off the edge of a cliff. And any other time I played as Shugoki, I usually got my butt handed to me. But that's the deal with like any character I pick up because I'm not good at that game. So I love the baseball swing. I can't do anything else.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Because
rough.
it's a guard break.
This sounds like a pretty accurate description of Shugo from what I've seen.
Yeah. Like there are some people who can use him even in his current state to do a lot of damage, but those people probably have more time in it than all of us combined. So
Those people are also probably actually would do better with other characters, but choose to fucking handicap themselves.
yeah, I mean, kind of so do I. All of the freaking people I made are just bloody underpowered and Orochi.
Oh man,
And then
Addy, you
Orochi,
realize if you played fucking oh shit, what's his name? Conqueror. Is it Conqueror? No, is it? What's the default
It's
knight?
Conqueror.
What's the default knight?
Warden.
Warden. You realize if you played Warden, you'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, I don't want to. I find Wardens get to be boring. I have the same problem with Orochi. The only reason I play Orochi genuinely is because I like his customization. That's it.
Yeah.
Like otherwise I'll just default to Aramusha or Shinobi, but not even Shinobi anymore because Shinobi is hard. Well, harder.
I don't.
And it's like
I
yeah.
don't understand the appeal of Shinobi. I don't get him because the entire idea is the ability to hit the other guy from the other side of the screen, but everything he does is so telegraphed.
Yeah, the thing with Shinobi is that well, basically it's either that you're a huge weeb and you go with Shinobi because of that, or you go with Shinobi like I did and go for him because of the gameplay. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically the
Mechanics?
the mechanics, basically the run, how he has a faster run than everybody else, how he has a boosted run, is really gives you a lot of advantage sometimes. And even though the freaking stamina gets drained like in 0.5 femtoseconds, it still can be useful sometimes when going for flags and shit. And it also allows you to sprint even though you're holding a flag in Breach. So for that type of stuff, he's actually pretty useful. And if you know how to deflect and do shit like that, he's also a pretty good bleed-based attacker from what I saw, or from my experience. But I don't know. I think I found the best character for me with Taramusha. I just wish they would make him
Not
not
suck.
be. Yeah, I just wish they made it so he can't be parried with every one of his moves.
Yeah. I mean, that's supposed to be his weakness, right?
The thing is, everybody can parry. If you played if you played the game for more than 10 minutes, then you can probably parry all of Aramusha's moves.
Yeah, probably. That was the only way I was ever able to find fighting him with when you played him.
Too bad that you couldn't experience pre top flight nerf for Aramusha. Because how it used to be before Marching Fire is that the top light was guaranteed. So if I say did a side light or side heavy, then if I went for a top light, then that went in no matter what you did. Like the only way to block it was to not block the side heavy, and then take the side heavy damage instead of the top light, so you can stop my infinite.
Huh.
Now there's none of that. Now if you know how to parry off of reaction, then you can just parry everything I do and just turtle up. Nothing I can do nothing because I have no openers or whatever the hell they are called.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played For Honor because now I'm beginning to be like, oh wow, I have now completely lost what Addy is talking about. But what was I going to say? Yeah, well, we veered off a little bit from worst new release of 2018, didn't we?
Yeah,
How did we get here?
I have no idea.
Oh man, it always fucking veers back to For Honor whenever Addy's on the podcast. I swear. So, all right, if it's we've gone over Fallout 76 enough. Addy, do you want to get a little bit more time to rant about Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
I think the 30-minute run that I did when it came out was enough.
All right, well, we'll just stick with that then. So, yeah, 30-minute rant about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Insert here, really.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you want me to summarize what my problems with it are, it's just that the gameplay aspect of it, like, I don't know about the story because I haven't even looked it up. But it's just
Your
the
main
gameplay.
character gets laid.
Good for him. But yeah, my main gripe with Odyssey is that, like, you could argue that the gameplay change was there in Origins, and you would be right, but it was there in 4 as well, and with 4 it went away like right after. So I was kind of like, okay, they're gonna make an RPG, and then they're gonna go back to the old way, and then they didn't go back to the old way. So then I quit. Because if I want to play an RPG, well, basically, if I want to play The Witcher, I will play The Witcher. I bought it for $20. I won't buy a game for $60 that like has point nine freaking percent more to do with history just because it has the Assassin's Creed name on it.
Well, I feel like that's always the question you run into when a series changes to try and meet current trends is the question of, like, but that game already exists, but you are the only Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of just part of the gaming market that they're always trying to chase trends. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from there, that you're not happy with the direction the series took. Because, I mean, I was in the same place very shortly with Resident Evil. That was interesting. But yeah.
So yeah, what we're saying is that the Assassin's Creed Pachinko will be fine.
Oh God. You had to fucking bring up Konami, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, we can't talk about the worst gaming related companies without bringing up Konami.
That's true. That's true. EA and Capcom were going through so much controversy, and then Konami was like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah,
Gee.
Konami was like, been there, done that.
Oh God. Oh no. And the worst thing is, I love Silent Hill, I love Metal Gear, but those were the two Konami franchises for me. I Now I'm fucking getting into Castlevania, almost deliberately just to torture myself with, oh great, another franchise I'm going to enjoy and never get another entry of.
Hey, you can join me with Contra.
Oh God.
The last freaking game in the series was a mobile game, and then that got like uninstalled from the freaking App Store.
Oh, awesome! Not only was the last game a mobile game, the last game no longer exists.
Yeah, it was called Contra Evolution, I think.
Oh,
It was
Evolution. Evolution. I hate when they name it that because it's like it feels kind of it feels like they're talking down to you, like this is the future. Deal with it.
Yeah, this is the future. Well, we will remove the freaking game from the App Store so you can no longer download it, and when you have to try to reset your phone, it will also disappear. I I think I might still have a phone out here that has that game installed, but I'm not sure.
Well, I can believe you because I'm in the fucking same territory with PT. I've got a PS4. My PS4 still has PT installed, and I'm waiting for my PS4 to be worth big money one day. I swear, it'll happen.
You'll
There'll
sell
be
it to Hideo Kojima himself.
exactly. Oh fuck me. Oh. Now I'm sad. Damn it, Hattie. At least this is a shared pain. At least this is a pain I know you're sharing. Oh. So, hey, Pink, what's the first game from outside of 2018? What's the worst game from outside of 2018 that you played for the first time in 2018? And why is it one of the games we recorded?
Jeez, there's so many.
I'm waiting
I
for
have to think about that.
I'm waiting for Pink to go for honor, and I wouldn't fault him for it.
I wouldn't say For Honor's the worst. It's certainly not my speed, but it's not the worst game I played this year, I don't think. I think one of the fighters that we played, even though
Samurai
I tend
Showdown
to
2.
find all the fighters generally the same, I think one of them that we played I really didn't like in any regard.
Well, let me list the ones that I could see you not enjoying at all. The Samurai Showdown 2 is definitely up there. Uh,
There was one really old one with like
yeah,
no female characters whatsoever, so I really didn't like that one.
yeah, I probably Samurai Showdown 2. Yeah, did it have people with katanas?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I think
probably
so.
probably Samurai Showdown 2 then. Yeah, it was really slow and like there was like a good freaking half a minute delay between input.
Oh yeah, I remember all the delays. Good lord.
Oh god.
Do you
So
remember Nekoruru?
what you're
Yeah,
saying is that it's good that I missed out on that one.
because like it's that one that I could see you not enjoying at all. Virtua Fighter, but that had enough females. I'd like to think.
Virtual
But
Fighter, the
again, I don't
problem
remember.
wasn't that the game was. The problem with Virtual Fighter wasn't that the game was good. The problem was that me and Addie were bad. Me and Pink were bad.
Right.
It,
Virtua was the one with the flip kick of death, right?
yeah, the flip kick incident was Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, that one wasn't a bad game. It was like Alex said, it was just that me and him were not up to your level.
And by that you mean you were not up to my spam.
Right.
I mean, at least you tried with going with Jackie.
Yeah, we did a Jackie Ditto, and it did not go well.
I mean, if you could have punished my Rift, okay, let me put it let me put it in people terms. So if you could have hit me with the flip kick when I missed mine, then you probably would have won that one because there was no skill involved in what I did in that video. Let's be honest.
Yeah, old fighter games, Virtua Fighter for getting my butt kicked, and no other reason than that. Forza, obviously, that game was just absolutely terrible.
Remember when we did Injustice and I and I somehow beat both of you?
I do
Yeah,
remember.
you beat me with. I was my main, and you beat me. And granted, my main apparently isn't that good, but still.
Well, I don't know if you. I don't remember who you picked. I picked Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing. I think most of the tier lists have Swamp Thing and Joker tie for worst characters.
Makes sense.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I went with Harley and Green Arrow.
Right, two of the
So
highest tier characters in the game. Not as high tier as Red Hood, but close. Oh man. So, Addy, what was the worst game you've played for the first time in 2018 of any year, and why is it a game we recorded?
well, I could go for the joke answer and say Terraria, but I had points where I hated that series, and there were points where I didn't.
I
So
It's a
yeah,
pity Pink isn't here right now, because he would absolutely fucking agree with you. Addy,
right. So let me
Addy
repeat
found your
that.
answer.
So let me repeat that. But like I could go for the joke answer here and say that that my most hated game in 2018 was Terraria, just because there were points where I hated the series and there were points where I didn't.
Yeah, I was in the same boat because, like I said in a previous podcast on our 50th anniversary,
Yeah, it was the 50th.
yeah, there were stretches of the game that I really enjoyed and moments of it that I just wanted to die during it. So yeah, it's really hard to place Terraria on a scale of 1 to terrible.
Right. So give me a second. I might need to sneeze. Bloody hell.
Terraria, I definitely wouldn't put Terraria as mine, but I mean, obviously, I'm the one who's put a ton of time into it. Terraria, I think, partially the problems came with the fact that we were recording. I think the biggest problem with Terraria, I'll be honest, is the fact that we were waiting. The fact that we all had it on Game Pass was the biggest problem, because that created
Yeah.
stress to get it finished.
Right.
Because I mean, I remember some of the best moments in that game, other than obviously the moments where we were all joking around with each other. Some of the best moments in that game were the moments where I had just left the server running, so you guys just got to mess around and build shit. When it got to be actually leisurely instead of stressful, oh god, we need to beat Moonlord now.
Right.
Yeah. And then some great things came out of it, like the fighting chamber that never got freaking used.
Most of our fucking lore came from that one series.
Yeah.
That is
mean,
true.
most of our lore came from that one series because we haven't done a big series since then.
That is
And
also true.
and we also don't want to do a big series. Yeah.
Well, we do,
That
but
one day I want to.
there's one we want to do, but it's problematic. We're just waiting on something.
It's racist and misogynistic.
Ah, yes. We're going to be playing Postal 2, everyone.
Yeah. The uncensored version.
Oh no. There's
One
not a
funny thing
Addy, there's
about,
not a censored version of Postal 2, or are you fucking joking? What were you saying, Pink?
one of the funny things I noticed about Terraria in hindsight, our playthrough, it was basically a what's the word? It was a basic representation of us and the channel as a whole, because Addy built the house, Alex did all the heavy lifting and hard work on the server, and I just went into freeloader mode and had them do all the work for me.
Well, see, now you're creating the problem of implying that Addy doesn't do heavy lifting and implying that I didn't help build the channel. So, fuck
Addy
you.
built the house.
Look, shut up. Who fucking founded the podcast 4 years ago? The very first, before you two ever podcasted.
Yeah, this is true. All the original podcast episodes are on your channel, if I recall correctly.
Also,
Yeah, they are.
Also, anything
Cheap
recorded,
plugs, you can go check them out now.
anything recorded from Addy's perspective, which is honestly most of our channel's content, is edited by Addy. So Addy did the heavy lifting on that. And that's definitely the editing heavy stuff, because anything that I am in charge of editing, I don't.
Oh no, I'm disconnected.
We can. Oh fuck.
That shit.
Yeah, anything I'm in charge of editing, I don't edit. Other than like really bad fucking spots where either we say something we shouldn't, or like the game bugs out beyond means in a non-entertaining way. Otherwise, I leave it in.
Yeah, I like to do heavy editing just because it gives me a way to express myself, I suppose, because I'm the arty farty one,
Yeah.
even though I hate art. It's a love-hate relationship.
It's two different schools of thought, you know? It's two different schools of
Yeah.
thought. Because Addie's like, we'll be funny when we feel like it, but we can be more casual about it, and we'll just cut it down to the funny parts. And my version is
Yeah.
instead we try to be funny all the time.
Yeah, but that's
One creates
that's
more stress now, one creates more stress later.
yeah, no, one creates more stress now for everyone. The other creates more stress later for me.
The thing is, I hate editing.
I don't. I've been considering working in this thing for the past I don't know how many years because I love it enough to want to do it, and I hate it enough to not freaking have it sour on me.
Yeah,
But
I guess it does vary a lot based on personality. And Pink just
yeah,
gets to sit on the sidelines because he. Oh man.
but like just in the second Kubasura video,
I
there's a-
contribute nothing.
You
You're the
hobo
funny one.
fuck.
You're the funny one.
There's a
Pink.
freeloader.
Hey, fuck you. He's the free funny one.
I mean, is it offensive if it's true?
Well, I mean, shut up though.
Yeah,
But
We
I
can
didn't
agree
even hear
he's
that compliment, so thanks for bringing that up.
We can agree he's the charming one, definitely. Between you, who hates people, and me, who is constantly like, fuck! Yeah, Pink's probably the charming one.
yeah. Like going back to the editing talk a bit. Just now, like when I there's a point in the Sengoku Basura videos where the preacher man, the preacher man's disciple turns around and there's this move where the whole thing turns around with the face, the eyes go red, and then it shoots at rockets.
Okay.
So I edited that a bit because I felt like it well, I don't know if it enhances the comedy or not, but whatever. I thought it was a bit funnier. Where I tinted the whole thing red, and then bass boosted the audio a bit for the game's audio. So it just turns around and it's like this demonic face shooting rockets, and then goes back to being normal Sengoku Basara.
Oh, the opposite of Jesus, man. Devil Man.
Yeah, that's an actual anime.
Oh, I know. It came out on Netflix a year ago. Was it a year ago when Devilman Crybaby came out on Netflix? I don't think it was.
No,
I think it was this year.
Not Devil May Cry, Devilman.
No. Devilman Crybaby. It was the new series. It's
Oh,
the
Devilman. Oh, right. Yeah.
it's the new season of Devilman.
Yeah, Kazuya was actually, I think, modeled after Devilman.
Why are
I
we
think I
talking
read
about
that
anime
somewhere.
series that we don't watch?
I don't know. But yeah,
This is going to be one of
anyway,
the
where
longest
were we?
podcasts, by the way, because I did a lot of shit this week, and I think you guys did too.
yeah. I mean,
Because we're not
hey,
even halfway through the fucking topic list.
we have to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
And by a bang, I mean an actual freaking recording session where we also record like a whole day.
Before the inevitable nuclear holocaust of 2019.
Yeah, before Todd Howard nukes the world. Fallout 76 is not realistic enough. Here!
Maybe this launch will go better.
Oh, man. Damn you, Todd Coward. Okay. The worst game I've played for the first time in 2018 of any year. Oh, I feel like there was something really atrocious we played for the channel. I don't
Oh,
wanna,
right.
I want to go with Farm Simulator, but at the same time, I know we went into Farm Simulator wanting to get something out of it other than the game's actual purpose.
Yeah, I expected you to say Unity.
Oh man, Unity was so fucking buggy. But the problem is, Addy, this was not the first time I played Unity. I played Unity back in 2015.
All right.
I played the first chapter and hated it and fucking sent the game back. But it was a rental, so I was supposed to send it back, so it's not that much of an insult. I did. Oh man, I think there was a PS2 game I picked up this year that was just absolutely awful. It was a PS2 game, a little.
Backyard wrestling.
No, God,
Oh
no,
man.
not that.
I actually used to own that game on
I did
CD.
too. What I played didn't have the Insane Clown Posse in it. It was.
I owned the first one, so it came with the Insane Clown Posse and homies
I had the second one. That one had Andrew WK.
and porn stars.
And
More of them.
I didn't know they were porn stars at the time. I actually still
Me
didn't
neither.
know. I didn't know they were porn stars now, but thank you for telling me that.
I wasn't
Most-
aware those kinds of stars backyard wrestled.
Look,
I mean, their whole profession is backyard wrestling of a sort.
I suppose that's true.
in whose backyard?
Their own. Their own backyard.
All right, let's leave that question unanswered. So, what I played was a shitty little turn-based tactics game for the PS2 called Future Tactics. It was shit. So its idea was terrain destruction. It was a full-blown 3D game with terrain destruction, and the other team's AI just pretty much doesn't exist. All they know is walk towards the player and suicide bomb. And the decision
So they've been trained by Gandhi, I see.
yeah, and goddamn, so not Civilization, Natty, Future Tactics, but it's also one of those cases where because they implemented terrain destruction, find a high point, blow up the ground around you, they can't do anything. Because now you're just fucking sitting on a tower away from them. It was buggy as hell. Controlled like ass, looked like ass, all around ass, you know.
The future is bleak.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of how I actually own a beta disc for Black Hawk Down, the PS2 one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I used to own one. I don't remember if I still have it or not. But
Did you have to kill
Actually,
a Russian guy for it?
no, I got it from the local pedo.
Oh, okay. That's a more rational explanation.
No,
Did
like,
he have a machete?
hear me out. Hear me out. So, I don't know how the hell my father knew this guy.
Oh, now you're implicating your father.
No, so what happened is that there was this guy who used to deal in electronics, in the city, and then he gave me that game, along with other games for free because I was a child and we didn't know that he was a pedo, and then then he got caught for being a pedophile.
Oh, well. All right. That's a terrifying story. Let's move on.
He used to give me like phones and shit.
Oh, no shit. Let's move on. Alright, so, Pink, Sparkle, Puff, what was your favorite news topic of 2018? Your favorite little news bit that came out. This could be an announcement that you loved because it was an announcement you've been waiting for, like, say, a new Smash character, or it could have just been something that you thought was hilarious.
Fallout 76. Pink just loved it.
They provided us with so many good topics. Oh man, we had so many this year.
I mean, we've only been active this year, so
Yeah.
kind of would be hard for us to have had more last year.
I think I was always pretty hyped for all the Smash announcements that we had leading up to its release.
And they're just gonna keep going.
Right. We've got DLC coming out next year, and we're going to get all those new topics for our podcast. So, yeah, we get to look forward to that.
Oh yeah, I actually want to ask you later on in the podcast once we get to the appropriate time what characters you would want for DLC, but we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, with Smash, like when they announced it's always a delight when they announce the characters you don't expect, right?
Right.
Because the Belmonts, we all knew the Belmonts were getting in there. People have been asking for the Belmonts for forever, and Konami already agreed to put Snake in there, so fuck it, why not have the Belmonts?
But then PD Piranha.
PD Piranha was a big one. I think King K. Rool and Ridley were both big ones because those were ones people have been asking for fucking ever. And they felt like the Chris Benoits and the CM Punks of the series, and it's like, people, please shut up, you're never going to get them.
Right.
They were demonizing that they killed their family and themselves.
Ridley might have.
Ridley
I don't know the Samus
I'm pretty sure
era
Ridley
history.
did. King K. Rool, that may be a little bit too mature for Donkey Kong Country.
I don't know. That's why his eyes are like that. He's a bit gone in the head.
Because he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He gave the Argentine backbreaker to his kids.
He made new boots out of him.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Well, that got dark. I guess it was destined to go there when I mentioned Chris Benoit, though.
Yeah. His wife is now trending new like bag.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, Addy, on that dark note, what's your favorite news topic of 2018?
I don't know.
What was like something that was announced this year that you absolutely were like, holy fuck, yeah?
I mean, Ghost of Tsushima made me buy a PS4 for it. So
yeah, that might be a big thing. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
But did we even discuss it?
Oh man, we did
very
very poorly with E3, I think, but that was because that was in the early days of the podcast.
Yeah, that there's also the point where I was less focused on being hyped for Ghost of Tsushima and more disappointed in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Probably.
Now that your favorite franchise is dead, Addy, you gotta look at it from the bright side. There's only up to go from here. Did I say that? Did I say that like that? I meant to say you can only go up from here. My brain fucking crosswired. There's only up to go from here? Oh my god. Addy, talk while I can go fucking meditate or some shit and get my brain
My English is rubbing off on you.
Oh no.
It might also be rubbing you off, I don't know.
Oh
But
god.
yeah, so... what was I going to talk about? I probably forgot. Right, best news stories. I suppose you could also put Ono being moved to Sengoku Basara here, just because it means that they're actually still continuing the series.
I'm curious where he's going to lead that, but that's just like knowing very little about Smash 4 and Ono's whole development strategy. I'm curious where that's going to lead.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
It'd be interesting if it led to more Street Fighter crossovers.
Everybody is
Addy, let me pitch to you what could be the best news announcement of 2019 for you. The next Sengoku Basara game will have Akuma as a playable character.
Does he have like 15 katanas?
No, but he has 15 fireballs.
Good enough. Just I can't even really imagine him in a Musou environment, because like, what would they do? Like, you freaking Shangoku Satsu the level boss and then he just dies.
No, you Shingoku Satsu the entire crowd in front of you.
Yeah,
now hang
at the
on.
same time,
I've
and
actually
it
got a
shows
perfect...
the animation. And it shows the animation.
I've got a perfect mental image of this, where he slides forward, and any enemies that are caught in that slide forward, when the screen goes dark, you see all of them fucking explode. That's how it goes. That's how it should go.
But yeah, like I would like if Akuma would be in Sengoku Basara 6.
I think you'd be happy to have Akuma in any game.
I don't know. He'd be weird in like Forza.
I don't think so. That'd be awesome.
I mean,
the car just shoots a fucking Hadoken out the front.
Yeah. The freaking Forza 8 will be a vehicular manslaughter game or whatever the hell they're called.
He doesn't understand how to drive real cars, so he's just riding a little wooden wagon.
No, not even that. Instead of a car, he just Tatsumakis on differing frequencies.
That would be awesome. That would actually be awesome. Oh.
Yeah,
And
Akuma for Smash.
we will,
Shangoku's.
you don't
Yeah.
understand. Ryu actually takes several of Akuma's moves in Smash.
Does he have the jumping Hadouken?
He does, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got a jumping.
but no, I
Hadouken.
mean, the downwards one.
He does not have a downwards one. He does have Akuma's half circle Hadouken, which is weird.
I mean, he has it in a couple of games, so that's not that weird to me.
He's also got his down grapple is Akuma's old fucking karate chop to the spine grapple.
I don't like that one, so
Yeah, but it's weird that he has it.
yeah,
And
it is.
He also gets Akuma's fucking taunt, the one where Akuma stomps the ground.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's weird.
yeah.
Ryu was Akuma all along.
Yeah, it kind of shocks me the fact that they went with Ken as the Echo character and not Akuma. I guess they feel like they just had to make Ken the Echo character because Ken's supposed to be the original Echo character.
Yeah.
My favorite news topic of 2018 is probably going to be pretty obvious. Devil May Cry fucking 5. Devil May Cry is back. It was leaked like 6 months ahead of time. We figured it was going to happen in December, but the fact that official confirmation was just absolutely fucking amazing. And God, I am just beyond hyped for that game, and I have already talked a shit ton about it. So, let's skip ahead on to the next topic. Pink, what was your least favorite news of 2018 that wasn't political?
Well, in sad news, obviously, it was Stan Lee passing away, and in more topical news, I hated every second of the Joker news that we got because it felt like the more news we got of the Joker film that's coming out, the more I felt that DC was trying to ingrain into my skull that yes, they do indeed hate my guts and want me to die.
I feel like things could be worse, honestly. Things have been worse considering Suicide Squad.
That's true.
Like, I mean, the Joaquin Phoenix, it's a weird direction to go with that they're trying to send up more to Cesar Romero's Joker than any other Joker, but at least he's not doing what Jared Leto did.
Right.
Because Cesar Romero is a weird classic Joker, but he's still a classic Joker. But, you know, that is what that is. Like, I definitely agree, though. Stan Lee's passing is, like, something we all saw coming, but it was still something that none of us were expecting. Like, Lee, at the same time, was one of those guys you expected to pass any day of the week, but at the same time, expected him to live forever.
Right. It's like, it's been, like, over a month now, probably, at this point, and there are still times I'll see Stan Lee's picture somewhere, and it's like, man, it's hard to believe we're living in a world where Stan Lee is actually dead.
Where all three of Marvel's big three are dead.
Right? It's like, I didn't live in a world with Jack Kirby, so he was always kind of immortalized in that he was already dead when I was born. But Stan Lee is entirely different because it's a lot like David Bowie or other guys like that. Or not Mike Tyson, the other boxer, Muhammad Ali. It's like those guys are all legendary figures that were alive in my time, and yet somehow they won't be alive in the time of my offspring. And it's very weird for me to think about.
Well, I mean, David Bowie was the shocker. Muhammad Ali and Stan Lee were both guys that we knew were going sooner rather than later, but David Bowie was just like, what the fuck? David Bowie is dead? He was not... How old was he? Hey, by the way, there's a new fourth member of the podcast. Let me just ask. Hey, Google, when did David Bowie pass away? No, damn it. Hey, Google, stop. I got one of these fucking little Google things because I got sick of fucking asking questions and having to go to Google and type it out obnoxiously. So instead, I'm going to ask Google obnoxiously.
Right?
Hey Google, how old was David Bowie when he passed away?
He was 69 years old when he died in 2016.
69. I thought he was in his 50s. Damn.
69, and I'm pretty sure he died of cancer, so
Yeah, but he did. Did he even really publish?
it was a bit of a shock, but he was on his way.
Wasn't he one of those cases where he didn't make it public that he had cancer until the day before he passed?
I want to say yes, because I certainly didn't hear about it.
I might be conflating him with Freddie Mercury, though. Because I definitely feel like Freddie Mercury did not reveal he had AIDS until the day before he passed.
Yeah, probably not. Prince passed away shortly after Bowie as well, and he was a big shocker as well.
Yeah. It was a weird year for that.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey Google, this is Seth Play Despacito.
oh no. It's a good thing I have earbuds on, or else I feel like at one point Addie would try to actively get Google to do something stupid.
It'd be a mission in every podcast, Ratty.
Alright. So, Addie, I can already guess what your least favorite news topic of 2018 is.
I don't know. I don't remember if we even talked about Assassin's Creed at all. Well, I know that we talked about Assassin's Creed because I continued to bring it up during the E3 and during its release. But for one, that's too obvious. For two, I don't actually remember if there would have been any natural discussion of it aside.
We might have had it as a topic at one point or another, but I think most of the times we talked about were in fact you bringing it up. So I think you're correct in that regard.
So yeah, aside from that, it would be good if I would actually remember what the hell we talked about it during the year.
Yeah, now
Gotta remember what happened this year.
was there any...
Did 2018 happen?
I'm trying to find... It's a weird moment of trying to find what would be the most depressing news for Addie, I gotta say, because it feels kind of cruel. But was there any announcements like, oh, well, Sengoku Basara is not going to be doing this, or sent... Damn it, this was a good year for Addie outside of Assassin's Creed, because fucking Sengoku Basara got the new director, and fucking Samurai Showdown's coming back. KOF's still going. By the way, we didn't mention this, but KOF 15 was just casually acknowledged, like, oh yeah, KOF 15's being worked on right now. Like, I feel like, even though Assassin's Creed is integral enough to who Addie is as a gamer, that it was a bad year for him, but other than that, if it weren't for that, this would be a great year for Addie.
Yeah. Huh. I don't bloody know.
We'll just stick with the Assassin's Creed Odyssey thing and move
Yeah.
on. Because, like...
Yeah, it's faster that way.
Yeah, we've now hit the halfway point for topics, and it's an hour and 30 minutes. So
Only 5 hours to go.
Pink...
The little Ocarina of Time thing comes up and moves around.
Oh yeah, it's the law of inverse podcast times. If we say, oh well, fuck, this podcast's gonna be a long one, short. Oh fuck, this podcast's gonna be short, long. The law of inverse podcast.
We started this podcast with no topics. We had to make our own, and now here we are.
Yep. So, Pink, for you, what was the weirdest news topic of 2018? Oh, I didn't actually say what my least favorite news topic of 2018 was, did I?
No, we did
I don't
not.
think you did.
Oh, man. What would it be? I mean, there was a couple up there. The fact that the Joker movie was even making its way past the early stages was bad, but I don't think it's as bad as Pink is saying, at least right now. We'll see when the movie actually fucking comes out, whether it's absolutely god-awful or bad but with redeeming qualities. Oh, man. I mean, Devil May Cry 5, that fucking Dante theme, which was just absolutely god-awful. Do you guys remember that?
No.
And then it turned out the fucking lead singer was a pedophile.
Yeah, I never actually,
Yeah.
I never actually
I remember
listened to
that.
that. I never actually listened to that Team for Dante.
Lucky you.
Yeah,
It,
I
it,
don't. Usually, I don't listen to metalcore and shit. So
Screamcore, more like.
yeah, screamcore.
Oh God. But I think that one's a little that one's a little small. I think the worst news of the year, outside of politics. Huh. Was there not a big game that was canceled this year?
I don't think so.
I
Like
think, but I
unless
can't recall anything being canceled or delayed.
No, I
like
can't either.
unless you count the director, I want to say, of Bloodborne teasing Bloodborne in something or other and then saying that it's not getting worked on.
Yeah, that whole thing. Ugh. You know what? You know what? The worst. Oh, I guess that wasn't a news topic. But I'll go ahead and go with it. Worst news topic: Red Dead Online. Just microtransactions through the ass. Just microtransactions everywhere. Microtransaction city. And I know Addy gets
I
on to me
call
like,
it.
what did you expect? I expected it to be at least GTA Online. Like, it's way worse than it ever was in GTA Online. Like, the way GTA Online is now, where you have to shell out fucking absurd amounts of money to get your fucking car with rocket packs and shit. That's the way it is now to buy a mundane regular horse or a rifle. So, that was just absolutely god awful. Could not fucking.
Well,
I've
well,
talked.
you need to buy a couple of great white whale cards to buy a freaking horse with exhaust pipes and a motorcycle handle.
That's Rockstar inflation. There's less to buy, so it costs more.
Yep. Look, you know what would make it worth it though? Because Addy just gave me an idea. Alternative animal
Rocket
mounts.
horses?
We've talked about how that's where they need to go for new vehicle options. Alternative animal mounts. What if they introduce sea animals and you can ride a whale?
It would be like an adventure island. Like you just buy a small blue dinosaur that farts out fire.
Oh god, a velociraptor. Oh, that'd be awesome. It, You'll eventually get to the point where you're a cowboy with a katana riding a velociraptor, and then Addy buys the game. Oh man. So, weirdest news topic of 2018 for you. Oh no, Pink. Pink died again. All right, well, Addy, I guess you're up to base now. Addy, what was the weirdest news topic of 2018 for you?
The what was he called? I forget. Like you brought it up because I brought up the sexy hamburger, the guy who shit in in McDonald's buns or whatever.
I don't think that was a news topic. I think that was like a meme that was several years old. The McShitter.
Was it?
Yeah, the McShitter's an
Yeah.
old meme. It's an old one.
Yeah.
It's an oldie
Shit.
but a goodie.
Well then, weirdest news topic. Uh,
I like that you actually thought that was true.
I wanted it to be. I really wanted it to be. I mean, shit. After there's this channel that I watch that sometimes
Is
reads
that
the
what
news.
life was like in Hungary?
No, but there's this channel that I watch on YouTube that used to read the news, the weird news in Britain. And there's always like news like somebody in freaking Sussex broke into McDonald's, got freaking naked, and then jerked it off while eating a freaking McFlurry.
Oh, okay. In America, we just call that Florida man. I'm not
Yeah,
fucking joking.
Too true.
We could make a fucking segment on this show just out of reading Florida man shit. If only other podcasts hadn't beaten us to the punch on it.
Yeah, I actually saw a Florida Man headline a couple of days ago. I want to say that was just Florida Man bites brother's dick off after seeing him having intercourse with cousin or his favorite DBZ pillowcase or something like that.
All right, then. That sounds like Florida man, all right. Florida man.
I almost think that's a little too crazy for Florida man, but I'm probably wrong in that regard.
No, you're super wrong. Florida man. He's the shittiest superhero in the world.
Or the best, depending on what you're looking for.
Not that. Not fucking that. Oh,
But yeah,
God.
weirdest news that we read. Bloody hell.
Oh,
Pink, go ahead if you have something. Go ahead, Pink, because I need
yeah,
that.
going back to the Joker. Remember when all those extras were trapped in a little train car thing?
And they had to piss outside the door.
And
Yeah, that
they
one.
had to piss outside the doors onto the train tracks. Yeah.
That one's got to be up there. That is definitely up there. That that one's just astounding in terms of how the fuck did that happen? Oh man. Now I think I got a pretty solid idea of what would be the weirdest one for me.
Go ahead, because I'm drawing blanks.
I'd go ahead and shoot and say, like, not to just go back to Fallout 76, but I'm like reminded of the weird bugs people were able to exploit the fucking aged ass engine to do. And I'm just thinking of the fucking bug where if they set the frame if they set the frame count higher or something like that, they would go faster on PC.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking of an entirely different point that we didn't bring up at the time. What's it like for people that have like really shitty computers? Like, do their characters just do the other guys watch them move in fucking slow mo?
Possibly.
Huh? Yeah. But I'm always delighted by weird shit where video game mechanics bug out or bugs create weird things. The only thing better when bugs create weird scenarios like that is when bugs become gameplay mechanics.
Like the whole combo system in Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's a big one. Rocket jumping in Doom and Quake and Team Fortress is another one. But yeah, have you come up with a weirdest news topic, Addy?
Yeah. I suppose freaking if only I wouldn't have forgotten. Let me find the line of thought. Because alright, Samurai Showdown is actually probably the weirdest news just because it was out of left field.
Samurai Showdown was weird. That was like, oh yeah, striking while the iron is hot. No. You know what's the fucking weirdest news? Metal
What?
Wolf Chaos getting brought back. That's striking while the iron is hot.
What?
Metal Wolf Chaos is being brought back.
What's that?
You know the fucking game where you're the president of the United States and he's driving a mech and you have to fight like other mechs?
Oh
and...
yeah.
Yeah, they're bringing that back.
Shit.
Because the fucking Best Friends Play made a big highlight of it, remember? So now it actually became somewhat famous as a wacky game where you play as the president fighting a mech war.
So do we get Mecha Trump?
Here's the thing. You know what the tagline for it is now? Legitimately, the new tagline for it is "Mech America Great Again." I can't be mad.
Good.
I can't be mad.
Bloody hell.
God. Oh man, my favorite thing about that being brought back is fucking. I was watching. It was announced at E3 at the fucking Devolver Digital show, and I was watching it with Soon. And Soon just utterly shit his pants, because I think we all know who Soon is as a person. And I was like, dude, how did you not know about this game? This game is just you. This is the game that is your personality refined into a video game. Oh, man. So, I'm going to go ahead and ask Addy, because Pink is currently indisposed, what was the worst trend of 2018 in general in media? Not just like for one game, but like across several games.
Microtransactions.
But would you say
Battle Royals? Battle Royals.
That's what I'm
Pink is right.
Fortnite.
Pink is right.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was fucking looking for. That's the correct answer. Because microtransactions are not a 2018 thing. They are a 2010s in general thing. Battle Royals are the worst trend of 2018.
Specifically Fortnite.
Fortnite's the worst. PUBG, I saw it coming out and I was like, alright, okay, it's a little overrated, but you know what, I get the appeal.
PUBG, when it came out, I was like, I guess I'll take a look at this. I saw a guy sitting there for like 15 minutes, 30-minute video, and I was like, this seems boring. I don't get what people get on this game. And then it spawned Fortnite. And then I've never hated anything worse this week.
Have any of you guys been to a shopping mall since Fortnite's launch?
Yes.
Oh my fucking god. What? Everything's Fortnite. All the clothing
Yep.
stores are showing off Fortnite shirts. The fucking stands in the middle of the aisles. Fortnite, 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 everywhere. I'm fucking sick of it.
Holy shit! What dystopian American country do you live in?
Fuck America. It's capitalism, Addy. The people want Fortnite, so they give them Fortnite. It's the beauty and the horror of capitalism. Oh my fucking god. My family does not play video games. Most of my family does not play video games. They are sick
play
of Fortnite.
Fortnite.
They are sick of Fortnite. We are walking through the store. It's like, oh my god, I'm hearing my family members be like, oh my god, I am so sick of this Fortnite shit. And I'm like, you don't know the half of it, sister.
And then you do the default dance.
Oh no. Oh no. Shut up, Patty. Don't even fucking joke.
I'm just imagining you like full of anger doing the freaking floss or something. Just like,
Oh,
I
kill me
hate life.
now. Kill me now. Oh. Ugh. After that vomit of sheer rage from all three of us, Pink. I'm not even gonna fucking ask because I think we all agree on that topic. Pink, what was
Yeah.
the best trend of 2018 in media? Like across any media, gaming, movie, musics, anything. I just called it the musics.
music,
Musics.
I am a
Musics, I
fool.
like it.
maths, physics, musics,
Oh no.
freaking cubics. Have you guys heard of cubics?
Oh no. Oh lordy. I haven't, but I know it's not gonna be anything good.
Let me look up a picture of cubics. If I remember his name right, I don't know.
I'm thinking of Cubert from the old video games right now. Like I'm mentally picturing him.
Oh, it's not that. It's a bit more Japanese, and it wasn't actually made in Japan, I don't think. But post timestamp.
Oh, give me a moment. Just a moment.
Somebody's like periodically hammering, and I have no idea why.
So
or
that's
what.
cubics.
Oh, that is old as hell.
Yeah, that's cubics.
I remember that from when I was a kid.
Yeah, I saw it when I was a kid as well.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh shit!
It looks
oh
like it might
boy!
be mildly familiar, but no.
It's
Those
a,
are some small hands, man.
It's a
Oh
fucking
boy,
mech made out of toads from Mario.
Don't post a timestamp. I'll just post a picture for Ping.
Oh no.
That is some pretty quality freaking 2000 CGI.
Oh
that's,
my god.
That's horrifying.
That's like honestly 2001. I think that was because I must have been like a fucking toddler when that was a thing.
Freaking hell, these pictures.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ. Why
so
did
which-
you bring this up, Addy?
Which lifestyle do you want to freaking look into your eyes deeply?
Why, Addy? Why?
We're only here just to suffer.
Oh no. So that's your entry for weirdest news topic of 2001.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Pink, what was the best trend of 2018 across media, be it games, movies, music, whatever? What was your favorite, change that has broadly occurred, the trend?
I'm quite enjoying that nowadays it is commonplace for people to know and understand comic books.
That is... Infinity War hit me the hardest with that, because it's now a thing. Not only is Thanos a comic book character people know about, Thanos is now one of the most famous comic book characters.
Right.
And
It's also a meme.
I remember when I was a kid and I saw a fucking board game where Thanos was one of the game pieces, and I was like, who's this loser?
Right? It's like, rewind back to 2012, nobody knew who the guy at the end credits was. Fast forward 2018, Thanos is everywhere. He's a meme. He's a popular culture icon.
Fast forward to 2018, Thanos Copter.
Thanos copter, yes.
He's got...
It's canon now, boys.
It's canon. It's back, baby. Yeah, he needs to fuel it with the Hostess fruitcakes.
So yeah, that's my favorite trend for 2018. Like most everyone nowadays is familiar with comic books in some form or another, and I'm quite happy with that.
Did you ever in your life think you would see a Shazam movie?
I did not, because I don't know, I'd never considered Shazam to be movie worthy or even just comic book worthy. Of the DC universe, there are multiple heroes I would put before him, but that's just me being me. I've never particularly liked Shazam, so can't really give us objective opinion on that. I think he is fairly popular amongst comic book readers, but he never struck with me.
Oh, God. I was just suddenly reminded of the fucking him doing the dance, the fucking dance Eddie was just talking about.
The floss.
Let's move on. Addy, what was the best trend of 2018 in media for you? That you thought so?
I don't know. I suppose
Would you not say it's the
everything.
comeback of your favorite games?
Oh yeah, that.
Your favorite trend is the Addy trend.
Yeah. Like if you want to go about a general trend, then I suppose the how everything's getting or how it's getting easier to basically record videos and such for everyone. Because like I'm still of the few who have actually invested money in an Elgato and a microphone and shit like that. But like people can just be like, I bought this freaking Ostro 820 or whichever was the cheapest. I don't freaking know, and just go streaming.
That is, I don't. That's definitely a noticeable trend, but I don't know if it's good or bad. Like it's better if it's good for me, but if it gives us more competition, then it's bad.
I mean, for
It is
for
not
what it
enough that
like,
I win; all others must lose.
yeah, the thing here is that it gives us more competition, but it also makes it so. For example, if Pink were to if we were to do a conscious co-op where Pink is the main driver, we could actually do that through streaming, and Pink wouldn't need to buy an Elgato and then freaking set up a PC that can actually handle streaming and shit like that.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a definite thing I've been thinking about lately. But yeah, huh. For my part, the best trend of 2018 in media, I want to go with a little more selfish direction and just say it's the comeback of slasher movies and horror. And how hopefully it can represent the end of the fucking tirade of paranormal horror flicks. I know a lot of people think that slasher flicks were very derivative because oftentimes they very were. But I see the modern supernatural horror as being just as derivative, if not more. So the fucking get movies like Get Out, making it clear that you don't have to go for the paranormal horror route, and the comeback of movies like Halloween and the upcoming comebacks of Child's Play and Candyman and Friday the 13th. Oh, and of course it came back and it did really well. It gives me hope that horror might not suck in the future. You know?
I don't I don't remember which one it was, but I remember there being a horror poster that was mocked a lot online, and I remember this one title because apparently the title of the movie was really childish. So the one title that stuck with me, and I don't know that still don't know the freaking movie's actual title. It was the Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.
I I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like I just saw this poster of like silhouettes, and it's like you won't laugh when he's coming for you or something like that, and then don't call his name the Pee Pee Poo Poo Man or something like that.
That might just be a parody of Candyman or something.
I wouldn't know. I think it got shafted that movie when it came out. So
Well, all right. What was the other thing? Damn it. You know, I was about to talk about something, but my brain just completely slipped. So let's go ahead and move on to 2019. And there are only two topics about 2019, but really, we're going to talk about fucking video games. Fuck off. So, Pink, what game that is coming out in 2019 are you most hyped for?
A long time ago, I was really excited I was really excited for Anthem, but I actually haven't been keeping up with their progress, so I don't know if my opinions on that will have been changed or swayed one way or another. Let's see, what else is coming out next year?
Other than the WWE game.
Other than that, yeah, those are my yearly titles, and they're kind of in a category all their own. I cannot think of anything that's coming out next year, to be quite
Borderlands
honest.
3.
It's like, oh no.
Borderlands 3
Wasn't
isn't
there
coming
already
out,
Borderlands 3?
I don't think it is. I'm just joking. I do believe that Borderlands 2 VR either is coming out next year or has already come out.
I think it's
know.
already came out because PlayStation's showing tons of ads for it on TV.
Yeah. So like between August through December of this year, I feel like that's when all the games that I was really looking forward to have already come out. And I don't think there was anything on my radar that comes out in 2019 because they're all already released. It's like Spider-Man, Soul Calibur, Red Dead. Anything outside of that, I'm just not aware of at the moment.
Did any of us pick up Soul Calibur?
No.
Not yet.
Which means this probably indicates poor things about that game. Especially considering they outright said if this game does not sell well, Soul Calibur is done.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want it to be done, but I also don't want it to be trash. It's an unfortunate scenario.
I'm in a situation where I'm at this point like I'd rather it be done than it continue to be anime trash.
Right.
Enjoy the little dead spot there as we're all searching for something to say. I think Pink's answer is probably going to change a little bit after E3 because it does every year.
Right.
They actually really smash every second mode now with new character. It's all new characters.
That would actually be awesome. Shut up.
Sakurai will go and deliver it to every pre-order. Like he'll personally go fly to freaking Vancouver and then to Venezuela just to give it to people.
Nah, Sakurai said he's done with the series, and that's when everyone else takes over and says, "Yeah, this is our cash cow, so let's do exactly what these guys on this podcast said to do." It's like Sakurai doesn't have to be a part of it anymore, but they're still gonna make that money off of it.
And it's probably not gonna be as good.
Yep.
Instead of Sakurai, they will hire Hideo Kojima to write the story.
Could you imagine Hideo Kojima writing the sequel to Subspace Emissary? That'd be trippy.
How are we supposed to know that Ganondorf was working for the Patriots to to get rid of to fight against fucking communist North Korea? But it's secretly a war for profit so that they can fund a mind control effort to stop all wars in the world altogether. And also, Cyborg Link that is there for some reason.
Why is Peach breathing through her skin now and is wearing nothing but a bikini?
No, you mean Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah. Why does both?
Oh, God. Alright. Addy, what game of 2019 are you most hyped for?
Gee, I wonder.
I'm wondering as well.
Ghost of Tsushima.
That is still a game that I'm really interested to see where it goes, but I'll hold back until I actually hear how the mechanics work.
so far, well, they've already talked about the combat system so far, but from what I remember, it's supposed to be a lot like Arkham, but also a lot timing based. So like, if you press the button right this moment, then you can kill the guy in one hit, or you can kill him in three. If you don't,
Interesting. Okay, that because you figure with samurai, they probably got to implement some kind of system. Like samurai and cowboy are two characters that you expect to kill somebody in one hit, so you kind of got to implement systems for that.
yeah, the one I know for a fact that is a one hit kill if you time it right is the EI.
Right, got to have that fucking in there for the people that want it. It's supposed to be a
yeah.
free roam game, right? A kind
Yeah.
of Rockstar game from a company that isn't Rockstar.
No, I think it's supposed to be basically from what the game director said. It's well, not in his words, but it's supposed to be basically an Assassin's Creed game made by their studio. So like they because when the Odyssey thing came up, he said that he was really worrying about Odyssey being in Japan because if it would have been in Japan, they would have been really under a lot of stress to make it better than Odyssey. So
Whereas
what
now
the-
they can
what-
make it considerably worse than Odyssey without any stress at all.
yeah. I mean, now they can make a good classic Assassin's Creed now that Assassin's Creed is no more.
Well, Assassin's Creed still is. It just isn't Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's what I said.
All right. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye on that game as well. Yeah. And for me, guess what? My fucking game of 2019 is that I'm most hyped for. It's fucking Devil May Cry 5.
Forza 5.
Yeah, Forza 5. Yeah, I loved it. I love it.
I knew it.
No, actually, WW's most anticipated game for 2019 is Farming Simulator 20.
Oh, you know what my favorite gameplay mechanic is?
Yeah,
Not being able to load into a multiplayer game.
yeah.
I've talked enough about Devil May Cry 5. What gaming trend would you like to see in 2019? Speaking realistically, which means adding, it is an unacceptable answer to say that all microtransactions disappear forever.
All right, so who goes first?
Pink.
Okay, Pink.
Ooh. What's a trend I would like to see occur in 2019? It's like I'd obviously like to see the ridiculous battle royals be scaled down or scaled back in favor of more single player friendly content to be unleashed in 2019. I can't think of the last really good or great single player game that we've gotten, but like I said, toward the end of this year, we did get those in like Spider-Man and Red Dead. So that sort of trend is already kind of happening, but that trend always kind of starts,
Yeah, that's
but
the
it
holiday
never
season is
really
always the
goes
season
all
for
the
single.
way.
The holiday season is kind of the season for single player, definitely.
Right.
I'm kind of surprised you aren't answering more Marvel after Spider-Man.
That is true. It's like we are getting the third Ultimate Alliance. I'm just not sure what the licensing issues are at this point. Like, who's allowed to make what for whom?
Well, evidently the X-Men are back on the table, so
Right. So obviously, I'd love to see more Marvel video games. I'd even like to see a new Marvel versus Capcom that isn't Infinite, because we all saw how Infinite went.
I'd like
Yeah.
to see Infinite fixed.
Right. It's like if
It
they
already
could
has
do
been.
like what MVC3 did when they just released Ultimate instead. It's like if you can do something like that and fix the rosters, fix the gameplays and whatnot, whatever went
Gameplay's
wrong
fine.
with Infinite. Yeah, whatever went wrong with Infinite, I don't know what, because I didn't get it. So I think it was just a roster that people had a problem with.
Roster, story, graphics.
Ooh, graphics. That doesn't sound good.
Graphics are real bad. Have you seen what Dante looks like in that game?
I have not.
Okay. So,
I'll have to Google that later.
oh no, you don't, because I'm going to put that in the podcast.
All right. See. Let me scroll down so I can actually see it.
All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to have to set up a timestamp at a grand 1:55:10. Now, delight in the joy that is MVCI Dante.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
horrifying.
It's Dante
Dante-
after a crippling heroin habit.
I was about to say, that is a bit high, isn't he?
That looks terrible.
You'll see when you say hi, people assume marijuana. That's a little stronger than marijuana going on there.
Something
Bloody-
has ruined that man's life.
Meth, not even once.
No, if you want to see Dante on meth, we just gotta go back to the reboot. Oh god.
Bloody hell.
I'm gonna assume they didn't have much of a budget to work with here, because there's no excuse for that.
Okay, here's the thing. They legitimately... Here's the budget for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Supposedly, the budget is a quarter of the budget for one Street Fighter V DLC character.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah, if you look at like the super move for Balrog in Street Fighter V and see how low budget his super move is, it's like, oh, so that means there was no budget. Here's 5 pennies, now make a game.
Everything makes sense now.
And then I bet you Capcom and Disney were like, oh, well, clearly Marvel vs. Capcom just doesn't make money anymore. People don't want Marvel vs. Capcom.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same shit that Capcom pulled with Sengoku Basara. What do you think? Why are there English translations?
Underfund it, then question why it didn't sell well, and then cancel it.
Oh, what a joy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there's my trends. I'd like to see a lot more focus on single player stories, a little less focus on the always online, always multiplayer kinds of games. Because, Overwatch and Rainbow Six are all I need, so everyone else can suck it. And more Marvel, because that's what we need. That's what this world needs. That's what Mike needs.
And Addy is going to have the exact same trend. More single
Is
player.
my turn?
Yeah,
Is
it's
my
your turn.
turn?
More single
Yeah.
player, right?
That and also Muso games.
More Muso games.
Yeah, I want there to be an overabundance, like a surplus of Muso games, just so Koei Tecmo and Capcom have, what's the word?
You know what I'd be interested in seeing, Addy?
Yeah?
I'd be interested in seeing a Western-developed Muso game.
Yeah, that as well.
I'd be really curious what that would look like.
And also, if Assassin's Creed continues to follow trends, at least there will be one more Assassin's Creed game that I can buy.
Muso is not... oh, man. That would actually be really interesting, because there'd be no stealth whatsoever.
Yeah.
Stealth Muso. You sneak up behind a crowd of 10 people and slit all their necks at once.
No, the story would follow a person who is like, I don't know, like tainted by the freaking blood of the ancients or whatever the hell, and they would be the Eden stuff themselves. Like they wouldn't need the Apple of Eden or anything. They would just do stuff and it would be magic. So they just wave their hands and everybody's throat gets slit.
But everybody hates the meta plot of fucking Assassin's Creed.
I mean, they basically did this already with Odyssey, so they might as well go full in. Because if freaking people who like The Witcher and shit can get abilities like summoning airstrikes out of nowhere with the freaking thing that replaced the Hidden Blade, then I can also get a guy that just waves his hands and cuts people's necks. Because that's kind of already been established as a thing that the Apple of Eden can do. Nothing else.
I that would be an interesting trend, I'll admit. Because Muso games do kind of interest me. I don't go in on Sengoku Basra or Dynasty Wars a little bit because it's just a little silly to me because they're actual real life people. At Sengoku Basra, I'm a little bit more liable to go in on because it just fully rolls with the idea of this is just silly. This is just plain silliness. I would be
Yeah.
interested in the idea of Muso games where it's put in an actual fictional setting. Like the Muso game that's actually only ever actually interested me was the Zelda one. Because it's
Oh
Zelda,
yeah,
you can
Hyrule
just say,
Warriors.
"Oh well, Link's got incredible powers, so he can kill hundreds of people with one move." I'd be really interested to see a superhero Muso game, honestly. I mean, wouldn't that
Blade,
make sense?
Blade the Muso game.
Blade the Muso game.
Blade would make a good one.
That's true. Because I mean, his shotgun's got a spread, so do shotgun combos.
Right?
I mean, we just import over freaking Oda Nobunaga and just put a Blade skin on him.
That would be awesome. Shut up.
I'm not saying it as a joke. Just do it.
I could see Captain
Fuck-
America doing big shield combos too, like how the fucking guy in Sengoku Basra with the hat combos. Captain
Or
America gets
the-
that. Yeah,
or-
he gets that with the shield.
Or the guy, or the scaly guy's moves because he can move independently of the shield. Then
Yeah, yeah. This could work. I'm not fucking joking. And while it
Yeah,
might
we-
be a little
we
bit
need-
more silly in the case of Captain America, who's relatively mundane in terms of powers, you could see Superman or fucking Iron Man or Captain Marvel or Thor. Make it a Muso game, and it's just fucking when Thor gets to Wakanda in Infinity War.
I was thinking the same thing.
And
but yeah, like I genuinely, yeah, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna go ahead and say Thor would have the exact same thing, except instead of Captain America shield combos, he'd have Mjolnir combos.
Thor has his moveset from Smite, but he doesn't have cooldown.
yeah,
But yeah, like I genuinely wouldn't mind if Muso games got out of the niche that they are and became mainstream for a bit, just because I wouldn't mind people other than Capcom and well, really just Koei Tecmo making Muso games because Koei Tecmo really overprices their games a lot, and Capcom doesn't make them a lot. And
I think
I
the
yeah.
problem with Muso games for the mainstream audience is partially because the way they function is a way that can elude a lot of people how to do the big long combo. So a lot of people actually get their asses beat when they try to play Dynasty Warriors. Because I think that's a moment every gamer goes through is they see Dynasty Warriors and they see a dude comboing 300 dudes and it's like, that's awesome, I'll try that. And then they fucking die.
Yeah,
I
that's
think-
why you play on easy first.
I
Bloody noob.
I think difficulty is a problem on Muso. I think the other problem on Muso is, like I said, the inherent silliness of seeing fucking a real life person like Oda Nobunaga comboing thousands of dudes. So I think
But then
putting it in
here-
a fictional setting like Zelda or Marvel is a little more likely to. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that it turns a lot of people off.
That's true, but then there's also another like I don't know if they're mainstream per se, but then there's things like freaking Abraham Lincoln being a vampire hunter that are widely accepted as pieces of fiction, I think, with real people. So I don't see why.
Abraham
or
Lincoln
how- or
Vampire
how.
Hunter is not actually popular in the States, Addy.
Okay, good.
It's considered it's a cult thing, right? It's the same kinds of people that love to watch Tommy Wiseau's The Room, right? Where we watch it because it's bad, because it's stupid. So I think they kind of need to deal with that for Muso games to be mainstream. But I think they could if they eased up on the difficulty and put it in a setting where it'd be realistic. And for me, what gaming trend would I like to see? I would like to see Resident Evil 2 and not Silent Hills. I want to call it Silent Hills because it is in my heart. And Death Stranding. I would like to see them resurrect the fucking survival horror genre from its grave.
Death Stranding kind of already has. We had a sneak peek in the horror or in the Halloween episode.
I'm still a little worried. I'm still a little doubtful. There's enough Amnesia and Five Nights knockoffs that I'm still doubtful. It's still easier to make a Amnesia or Five Nights knockoff than it is to make a actual survival horror game. You know?
You know what we'll need to play for next Halloween? I just remembered.
Oh no! Don't you
Clock
dare!
Tower 3.
Clock Tower would be awesome. Clock Tower would
Not the
actually.
third one. Not the third one.
Hang on, which one was the third one?
The third one was the one that had basically nothing to do with the original. Or no, actually, I think it might be the second one I'm thinking of. The one where it had basically nothing to do with the first two's plot. Like there was the SNES Clock Tower, there was the PS1 Clock Tower, and then there was the one Clock Tower that I'm talking about. It might have been two there.
Are you looking for the one where she's dealing with like the alternate evil personality?
Yeah,
That's two. That's Clock Tower 2.
yeah, then two.
Wait. Clock Tower is made by the same developers that make Fire Pro? Hang on. I was not expecting that connection to be made. Also, you know what's the stupidest thing on Earth?
What?
The fact that the first two Clock Tower games are both just named Clock Tower, with no subtitle or numbering whatsoever.
Yeah, so here's the deal. I think the first one didn't actually get the genuine first one, the SNES one, didn't actually genuinely get released anywhere outside of Japan,
Yeah,
or if it might. And then they released the PS1 one, the second one. They released that as the first one because we have to make one of them the first one if it's getting released. And then the second one, which is actually the third one, that was a spin-off, which is why it has nothing to do with the main story.
And in
And
Japan, they call it Ghost Head because it's a spin-off. They don't number it.
Yeah.
So Clock Tower 3 and the original Clock Tower 3 is the only one that's actually correctly numbered in America.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird. I'd love to play the original SNES Clock Tower just because I've seen it and it's got some goofy stuff and some stuff that's actually pretty cool and ahead of its
It's
time.
so freaking
Slow.
long.
Slow.
Yeah. Slow.
Slow is the correct word for it. All the footage I've seen is very slow. It's got neat ideas. It's very slow. I think there'd also be a lot of amusement from the Scissorman and how he's Bon Scott, basically. Little Bon Scott.
My favorite part of the
Or
SNES
not
Clock
Bon
Tower is
Scott,
the
Angus Young. Fuck, I'm confusing my ACDC
Yeah.
members. Angus Young.
My favorite part of the original Clock Tower is the man in the mirror.
The what?
The man in the mirror.
Oh yeah, that one's up there. I like the parrot in that room better. Cause he just.
Oh, I kill you. Yeah.
Oh man. If we wanted to play an actual good game out of that series, we wouldn't actually play Cock Tower. Oh god damn it!
Cock Towel. Cock Towel. We'll play that one. A specific towel made for genitalia. Male genitalia specifically.
Oh god.
A piece of fabric specifically for my penis. Cock Towel.
If we wanted to play the best entry in the Cock Towel series, we would not play a Cock Towel game. We would play Haunting Ground. Oh god. Okay, well, we're not going to do any better than that. So, what's coming out on the channel? We probably got more Scribblenauts episodes, though me and Pink are a little bit behind on recording because of Christmas break. But we'll be working on it.
I will freaking take Pink's place. In the middle of the series, because why not? Pink will also take over playing Sengoku Basara, even though he doesn't own the game, and we already freaking finished recording the series.
Me and Pink will commentate over your recordings.
Yeah.
And we'll pretend Pink was playing. So, Pink, you doing a good job with them combos? I don't know what I'm doing, but it looks cool. I just killed a man with my hat. I don't know why Pink's got a hillbilly accent, but, you know.
What the hell is going on? Why is Buttercup beating the shit out of me?
Why is Buttercup a massive pro wrestler? With a spike stick. Okay. So Scribblenauts is coming out. We got a couple one-shots, these being Street Fighter V. It's me, it's Addy. We both kinda suck at the game, but Addy sucks more. Nerd.
I beat you in the rematch. That's what matters.
Because my PC was downloading something without telling me. I got the
Yeah.
Johns.
And the first time I lost because of lag as well, so it doesn't count either way. It doesn't matter who won. Both of us lost to lag.
Look, Balrog's better objectively, because he's cool.
I disagree. Akuma's better objectively because he was in Tekken.
Balrog's better because he wasn't in Tekken. Fight! Okay, so
I'm stronger than you because I have a I have a freaking force field that deflects bullets.
oh,
Like,
jeez.
yeah.
No, my character's better. We should pitch this to those fucking screw attack jackasses. Alright, so Pink, what have you played or watched or done or whatever the fuck in the past week?
I played Super Mario Party yesterday.
How
It's
was
a
it?
Mario Party game.
I've not played any one of the Mario Party games, but I'm considering getting it because it seems like a good game to play with a family, right?
Yeah. Like, that's the only way to play a Mario Party game. And
Yeah, I would not
it-
play that game against the AI.
it will eventually tear your relationships apart, throw them in the furnace, and burn them for all eternity.
I don't think you've played video
But
games
for
with my
brief
family.
moments of time, you have some fun with it.
Yeah. I always hear people say that about Mario Party and Mario Kart. Why is my family the only one that doesn't take video games personally?
Man, your family's lame.
It is. So I'm curious about Mario Party. Is there much that they really change between games?
They did change it briefly. I've only played like 5, 6, 7, and the latest one. Or I might have played 8 as well. I know one of the ones that they first released on the Wii changed it up a little bit, and I didn't like the changes they made to it. And then several years later, I looked at the latest Mario Party they had released at that point, and it was completely different and not for the better, in my opinion. So I kind of ignored everything Nintendo was doing at that time because that might have been in the earliest stages of the Wii U, and I was not supporting Nintendo at any point beyond probably 2011.
Yeah, that was definitely an awkward period for Nintendo.
Yep. But the latest one seems to have gone back to their roots with a little bit, with some minor changes every here and there. I haven't played all the game modes or all the mini games even, so
I mean, it's gonna
there
take
could be,
knowing Mario Party,
Yeah.
it's gonna take a while.
yeah, there could be some astronomical changes. There could not be, I don't know.
The only
But
thing
it seems like they had gone back to their old roots of run around the board, purchase stars, and beat up your friends.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Like, the only thing that seems to really change that much between games is the objectives. Like, what's better, coins or fucking stars and all that.
Right. Because, like, in one of the older new releases, whatever you want to call them, from back in the old dark days of 2011, I feel like they had changed it to where everybody moved at the same time in a little car thing to, like, drive into mini stars and whatnot, and it just made no sense to me.
Is that supposed to get around people bitching about the game being entirely based
Yeah,
on chance?
I
It's
think
fu-
Nintendo decided to stop ruining friendships and try to strengthen them by shoving everyone into a car, but I was having none of it.
It's Mario Party. It's always been based around chance. Like, it's a fucking board game at its roots. And board
Right?
games, it's all about the dice. Oh man, I don't understand people sometimes. But yeah, I'm interested in definitely getting Mario Party myself. So I'll definitely ask you more about it next week when you get a little more time in with it.
Right.
I don't know if I'll shell out
Um,
$60 for it though for a game. I'm not.
yeah. It's like, thankfully, I'm not the one who bought it. That was a Christmas present, so I didn't. I wasn't out $60. But yeah, fun if it's cheap.
And what else did you get to play or watch this week?
I watched a little bit of Incredibles 2. I kind of walked in on the middle of it and didn't want to stick around because I want to actually watch it through from start to finish.
Did you see the
But
infamous seizure parts?
no, I have heard about them. You told me about them when you saw it in theaters,
They
so I
censored
did
them.
miss out on that.
They censored them for the DVD release. censored them.
somehow theatrically on an even bigger screen in a dark room, it was fine. But for the not theatrical, but for the home video release, they censored it.
Yeah, it's really weird that they did, honestly.
Makes perfect sense to me.
So you won't get the same oh no, it's happening.
See what that film has done to you?
Epileptic.
You need to sue. They
Yeah,
destroyed your brain.
I'm the one who had epilepsy, so
Yeah, that.
I'm the one who knows how to actually say the words.
You don't get the joy of having an epic. Oh no.
Epileptic.
Just keep going.
Just continue with the sentence.
Just you don't get to have the seizures. You don't get the joy of the seizures.
I did not have to be rushed to the hospital, so that was nice. Yeah, I'd like to actually watch that through from start to finish sometime this week.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's like what little I saw of it, I was like, "Hey, this is funny. This is a good movie." I quite appreciated the. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I like that it looks like The Incredibles, but somehow the graphics are still updated to a point where it's a noticeable improvement, but doesn't really take away from the old look.
Yeah, it looks like they kept the same style, but they made it crisper.
Right.
Like, people are pointing out there's some ridiculous attention to detail. Like, not only can you see the fucking... Oh, of course, now I'm forgetting. Like, you can see the... Oh, my brain is... Help. You can see the little fucking strings coming off of people's clothes. Fuck it, we'll go for that.
The threads.
The threads coming off of people's clothes. Threads! Fuck me, why could I not think of that word? I was sitting there for fucking the whole time being like, fabric, patterns, string? No, stupid, threads. Oh, man. But what scene did you walk in on?
It was, I want to say it was the action scene on the motorcycle.
Okay, yeah, that's one that won't spoil you on anything at all.
Right.
That's a good one though. That's a good one. That's probably I wouldn't even say that's midway through the movie. I'd say that's at the first quarter way. I'd say that's a quarter way through probably.
All right.
I could be wrong. It's been a while since I watched that movie. Probably half a year. And other than that, well, Smash, obviously Smash.
Yep. I'll be smashing all Century.
Will you be smashing all Century in the Century Smash?
Oh, who knows? That opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
It really does. But other than that,
I think we're good. There might be something else I'm missing, but for now, we're good.
All right, Addy. What do you played or watched this past week?
Right, first things first, I just want to say how it fits. If you look at the last Cubics photo I posted, and then the freaking look of Dante, how they fit together.
Oh my God, you're right.
Like, that's Dante's reaction to these people showing up to freaking be his sidekicks.
That's just sad, man.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, where should I start? I played Hell. Well, I started Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Okay. I'm interested to hear about this one because this is one that's been on my list for a while. Oh shit.
It's free. It's free with Game Pass.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So, I've not got far because I'm still not like I want to say like I'm on the first boss. Like I haven't even reached the boss
Is it a
so
very
far.
hard game?
Uh, it's not hard in that. Well, I for one I wouldn't know because I had the combat difficulty set to auto, so I have no idea what difficulty I'm on.
Oh, you're on
But
auto. You fucking coward. Not only is that a coward move, that is a bad move because you aren't getting to play the game. You are mashing the
what
button
do you
and
mean?
watching it play out.
Is it auto supposed to give me the difficulty it decides that is wood for my thing?
No, in a character action game, auto is the difficulty where you press buttons and the game does the combos for you.
But it's not a character action game.
It's not?
It's not.
I thought it was.
I mean, unless you count the once in a while like killing animation that you get for doing light attacks into hard when the enemy is nearly dead, then no, I wouldn't call it a character action game.
Huh. All right. Well, I was misconceiving the idea of what that game was.
Yeah, that's also all auto-lock was, so that would make it hard for it to be character action, wouldn't it?
It has auto lock on?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's better than no lock on at all, like
Yeah.
the Devil May Cry reboot launched with.
So yeah, so far, like as I said, I had it on auto. I switched it to well, I switched it to easy for now. I might put it up. I'm not sure, but basically, the reason I switched to easy because I don't know how the hell auto works, and easy is easier to comprehend. And there's this mechanic where when you die, the darkness, which is this like rot, um, will take over Senua's body more, and if it reaches her mind, then she's dead for real, and then your progress gets deleted.
Wait, this is a game where your save file gets deleted if you fucking die?
No, it gets deleted if you die too many times.
But it still deletes your save progress if you suck too bad.
Yeah, yeah.
That is cruel. That is very cruel.
Yeah, that's why I set it to freaking easy instead of normal.
That in this case it is understandable. In this case it is understandable.
But yeah, so that's so far the like. I wouldn't say that the puzzles were not were explained well enough. I just say that I'm probably stupid for them because the first puzzle, like I've been able to understand all of the puzzles because there's just been one repeated over and over since then. But the first puzzle I didn't understand because the puzzle is there's this rune on the door, and you need to find that rune somewhere in the room with the door. And I was like, well, it just tells me that I need to find the rune, so I'll look on the door because there's runes flying best on the door. So I had to look up a guide to tell me that I should freaking look around in the room to find the rune in the room. So that
Oh.
was fun.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Since it's just been because I went with the trickster, one of the trickster gods, basically, or whatever, something like that.
You can change gods?
No, but one of like I right now I'm trying to get into Helheim, which is the first part of the game. And to get into Helheim, you need to kill. I forget their names. One of them starts with a V, the other with an F, I want to say. But it doesn't matter. Basically, one of them is more brutish, I think, and the other one is a trickster dude, and he's all about his direction and shit. So like there are these portals that you need to go through to actually be able to climb upstairs and shit. Otherwise, they don't exist.
Stairs
And
don't exist unless you have the portal.
Yeah.
All right.
No, stairs don't exist unless you go through the portal.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, so far the game's been fine. I mean, I haven't gotten far in it or into it, but well, it shows that they actually did their research on the
On mental illness?
on the illness, because from what I gathered, they wanted to make the voices in Senua's head to be annoying as shit, and they are.
Right, because that is actually how it's supposed to be, right? Where they're constantly bothering you.
Yeah,
Yeah. And now
and
I'm sad.
yeah. The combat is just lights and hard and heavies chained together so far. I mean, there's probably more later. He's just on the point where I'm at, which is literally just the freaking prologue, more or less. They don't really give you a lot more stuff to work with.
All right. Well, that's still
But
gonna.
yeah.
Oh my. There's a question I had, but I've completely lost it. Can you not even jump in that game?
No, there's auto climbing if you walk into something that's climbable.
Okay, so it's like the new God of War. It sounds like.
Possibly. I mean, there was this part I didn't understand why you couldn't climb it because, um, like, it's hard for me to put Sanua's physical health into perspective. So, like, I don't know if she's in relatively good health or not good health at all. Probably not good health at all, knowing that she's a freaking forest lolly with freaking mental issues. But
Oh Jesus.
what?
You know what I.
Sorry, it's just that it's stuck with Shaman, and she looks like Shaman. But yeah, so there's this part where you need to go up on a platform to be able to see the key to the door that you need to go through. And I was like, well, here's this freaking wall that she can probably just lay on top of and roll on top of to climb up or something. And she wouldn't climb. So I spent like a good 20 minutes looking around until I found that there's a freaking portal right next to me that makes it so there's a crack in the wall, and I need to go through the crack.
All right.
Yeah.
Are there like unlockable moves? Is there like a skill tree or something?
Not as far as I can tell yet, no.
Okay, so I guess they just kept the combat real simplistic, huh?
Possibly.
All right.
So yeah, I did that. I played. Well, I started Ori and the Blind Forest, but then I had to delete it because I needed space.
All right then. Story of your life.
Yeah. So that. What else did I do? I played a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I managed to beat Galactus with Rocket Raccoon and Strider. I actually didn't want to meet him with Strider. I wanted to meet him with Wesker, but Wesker died, so plan B.
Yeah, that's the thing I always ran into in Marvel is when you have your fucking team leader, how he's always the one that dies to Galactus, because he's the one you keep out longest.
Strider was actually my leader. I just switched him out to Akuma, and then Akuma got his shit pushed in because he got attacked from two sides, and then by Galactus' freaking lasers. So that was a bad day for Akuma.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm not. Did you unlock the Galactus mode
I
in
did,
the old
yes.
version? Okay, yeah. I was wondering if that's a new thing or not.
Well, it's not. It's definitely not new for next gen. I don't know if I don't think it was in the original non-Ultimate Marvel 3, but it may have been. I don't know. Capcom's not the kind of guys to hide a lot of unlockables in their game. It's weird that they did that.
And then what else? Oh right, shit! I played through Super Hot.
Oh, did you play through all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. So I hope kind of that Pig didn't see this before because I wanted to see your reactions, symbiote.
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
Yeah. So here's a good summary of my time with Superhot.
Hot.
Play the video.
I will.
Playing it. Oh, that's loud.
Yeah,
Turn it down.
it
Turn it down.
was.
I'm playing it for the video, folks at home. It's a thing off Addy's Twitter. It won't play.
Well, shit.
Let me go to Twitter. Let me go to Twitter itself. Oh Jesus! Why is it opening a window for Twitter? I don't have a Twitter app. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm gonna guess the soup was hot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
The soup was in fact hot.
I'm gonna assume that Addy's just saying hot soup over and over again.
No, what happens is that the announcer guy who has super hot. There is a part in the game where you need to press buttons to make him say super hot while text appears, and I pressed the buttons too fast apparently, so he just said hot soup, hot soup, hot soup.
Okay, I'm gonna. I've got it loaded up now. Hang on. Okay, yeah, that's hot soup.
Yeah. But yeah, so I actually made but huh. We actually didn't talk about this during the usual time, but I actually made videos about Super Hot as well. I recorded half an hour of me playing it, and that's on my gameplay channel. And then I also made a review of it on the main channel.
Nice.
All right, I got to play a little bit of it myself. I want to say the first 2 hours of it probably I got to play. I don't remember how or when. But I'm curious, like, it seemed like a game that was going to introduce more complex mechanics later on. Does it do something along those lines?
The most complex mechanic that it introduces is for the last 2 levels, I want to say, or something like that. It introduces a thing where you can swap between the enemies. So like you start off with a guy, and then you can swap to another person, and then that has to charge for a bit, and then you can swap again.
What do you mean swap between the enemies?
You aim at a guy, and then instead of shooting them or hitting them or whatever, you press X on Xbox, and then you become that guy.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, so that's a thing that gets introduced, and then that also has somewhat to do with the finale of the game.
Right, because they have that whole weird hacker sub-storyline that I thought was
Yeah.
kind of lame.
Actually, the game having no story was a part of the story, weirdly enough. And the game kind of won me over somewhat with that, because they more or less verbatim say what I thought about the game when I first played it. Because like multiple times the game's like talking about itself like, well, it's just shooting red dudes in it.
Yeah.
So, and
I think
that
that's
wasn't
what a lot of people
yeah.
think of Super Hot.
Yeah. And then do you want me to spoil it?
Sure, I'm not going to play it. Or
Yeah.
if I get around to playing it, it won't be for the story.
Yeah. So the story is that, oh well, what happens is that you switch to basically the mainframe. Like that's the last mission. You've switched yourself to the mainframe so you can upload your conscious to the hive mind basically, and then you have to fight doing that as well because whoever it is pulls you out of it. So you have to kill people still. But once that's done, you become a part of the hive mind. And then that's just that. And then the game breaks the fourth wall to tell you to freaking call it the most innovative shooter you've ever played, and then tell your friends to play it and shit like that because memes.
Ah, okay. Right.
I didn't like the ending.
I think I remember hearing about that. That was a whole part of it. That it does that, and it's supposed to be part of the story, but it's also. You could also say it's a really effective advertising to pretend it's a satire of commercialism, but it's just commercialism.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I think the part of the last mission is you going to your house and killing yourself, the different body.
Oh, okay.
Like you
Naturally.
physically, Yeah, you spawn in with a guy with a gun. You go to your room and then you shoot yourself in the back of the neck.
In the back of the neck.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yeah, so I did that. What else did I do? Because I remember doing something else, but bloody hell if I remember it. Oh right, I also recorded a couple of episodes of Slime Rancher.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to go back to Slime Rancher myself. Have they
Yeah,
changed? Have they updated it much? Has it been one of those games where they updated a whole lot?
well, when did you last play? Like, what was the newest thing then?
I can't tell you. I don't know what was new and what was old.
Because like the newest thing that I can remember was like 1 or 2 years ago when they introduced the science thing.
Oh, the science thing? I was definitely around at that time, yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, I don't think they put in a couple or they put in a couple of DLCs for the Xbox version, but they're free, and they're only customization shit. But aside from that, I don't think there's anything new to it, aside from possibly bug fixes.
Huh, alright. I didn't even know they had DLC. Did not seem like the kind of game that would have it.
Yeah, it's just a new color scheme, and then I think it's like pirates themed toys for the slimes.
Pirates themed toys for the slimes. You can get toys for the
Yeah.
slimes.
Oh, you weren't around when they got that in the 7Z Club?
Yeah, I definitely was not there for getting toys for the slimes.
Yeah, if you give enough money to the 7Z Club, they deliver a thing that makes it so you can buy toys for the slimes. You can also buy or you can find toys in the wild, I think.
Huh. You know, that seems like a vaguely familiar thing. It may have been in at the time. Well, I don't remember anything about the 7Z Club, but I remember finding toys in the wild.
The 7Z Club are the freaking Dragon Ball Z capsules that are everywhere. You can also get key crackers or whatever they have to open those.
You know what? I probably did run into those, and I never figured out how to open them up. I think I think I do remember that. Yeah.
But yeah, so for my gameplay channel, you might want to look forward to Slime Rancher whenever I freaking release it. It's been up for like 5 days now, when I have yet to release it.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the YouTube thing, isn't it? Like, well, either I have no content backup or I have all the content backup.
No, it's actually not. It's only a thing if there's more of us. Because like on my own channel, there's like on the main channel, I have jack shit backed up. On the gameplay channel, I have literally 2 episodes of Slime Rancher backed up, and that's just because I've been lazy to edit one of them, and I don't want to release the other one until it's really or until the other one's done.
Yeah, I guess I don't know a great degree about independent solo channels.
I mean, there's also the part where I just I just have dry spells when I can't make content on my own for whatever reason, and that's been the last like 2 months on both of those channels.
Yeah,
So that was nice.
and you're about to have even less free time because of school.
Yeah, yay.
So yeah, folks, go and watch that shit on Addie's channel. And Addie, is there anything else you've done this past week?
I don't think so. That was a lot.
All right. Well, on my end, I watched 2 movies, one before Christmas, one after Christmas. Movie I watched before Christmas was Mississippi Burning, a 1980s movie about 3 young civil rights activists are murdered in Mississippi in the 60s, and 2 FBI agents are sent to Mississippi to investigate the whole thing. The 2 FBI agents are played by a young Willem Dafoe and Gene Hackman. The housewife of the local deputy, and the deputy is super in with the Klan, is Frances McDormand. The deputy himself is Brad Dourif, who is not exactly a big name, but he was Chucky in the Child's Play movies. He was Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings. So One of those guys who's not a big name, but has been in everything, or been in a lot of big things, you know. Arlie Ermy as the mayor. Michael Rooker as one of the other Klansmen. There's even a bizarre little bit where the fucking guy that plays Jigsaw was one of the other FBI agents. So it's surprisingly
everybody.
Yeah, a very, very, very good cast. And I thought it was a pretty fucking good movie. And it handles things differently than you expect. Because going in with Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe is supposed to be kind of the young, more establishment, new FBI type, whereas Gene Hackman's supposed to have been working in the FBI for like 20 years, because that's about as long as the FBI had existed at that point. And they kind of set that up. And Gene Hackman's character is also from the South, where Willem Dafoe's character is from the North. So they kind of set it up at first where they make you think where, oh, Gene Hackman's going to be the racist one who sympathizes with the people, and he doesn't. And they set it up where the two have very different methods, where Willem Dafoe is like, alright, so we're going to call in like 100 FBI agents, we're going to interrogate every last one of these people, we're going to search every last inch of this city. And Gene Hackman's like, you're a fucking idiot, that's just going to make the Klansmen more paranoid. And Gene Hackman's method, of course, is, get in good with them, sweet talk, everybody, figure out who's who, and then perform a lot of things that are definitely illegal. Because once Gene Hackman gets the ball rolling in the second fucking act, or well, it's closer to the third act, really, it's like, oh man, I know it's Klansmen who murdered 3 innocent young civil rights activists, but I'm seeing, let's see, torture, entrapment, that's a false flag operation right there. Oh, Jesus. Hoover era FBI, huh? But overall, a pretty good movie. It feels like a movie that's lacking for bullshit. It was straighter in a way that a lot of modern movies aren't. And sometimes it really lacked subtlety, particularly the last line Willem Dafoe's character gets is very, very, like, holy shit, just fucking smacking the thing with a hammer. And that's kind of that's always lame when they have to drop all subtlety and just directly be, direct. And I know some people are like, oh, well, they gotta be direct to establish how important the message is. And I'm like, nah. Nah, if you needed to be direct, why'd you make a movie? Why didn't you just make a fucking political statement? So, it runs into that. But the acting is, of course, top-notch, as should be expected with a fucking cast like that. Holy shit. Like, Gene Hackman's an all-around favorite. Willem Dafoe's a guy who I know I'd love, but I don't see enough of his movies. Like, the only one I can think of, Mississippi Burning is probably the second Willem Dafoe movie I've ever watched. Because the other one is fucking Spider-Man, and throughout the entirety of that, Willem Dafoe's like, meow! Spider-Man? And Frances McDormand, who is always incredible and sadly does not do as many movies as I wish she could. And Addy has muted himself and Pink has died, so I'm talking to myself right here. When you think about it, though, it's a movie following Lex Luthor and Green Goblin as heroes.
In a world without gold, we could have been heroes.
Now I want to see that comic. Because Lex Luthor is a good guy nowadays in the comics. But not Goblin. Goblin perhaps a little too unsympathetic. Goblin may...
Isn't Goblin rotting in the ground, though?
Huh? What'd you say?
Isn't Goblin rotting in the ground, though?
Goblin's alive right now. He's definitely alive.
Oh.
It's kind of... It'll be impossible, probably, to make Norman sympathetic, though, after he said he empathizes with Hitler. So, And then he got Gwen Stacy pregnant, and then he killed her. And then he took over the government and was probably very racist. And he abused Harry and led to Harry's death, and then shit on Harry after his death. And just about killed Doc Ock when Doc Ock went good. Yeah, Norman may be a little too far gone. A little more than Luthor.
She can be like Ironheart, or he can be like Ironheart rather.
Ironheart did some bad things. I don't think she ever said she empathized with Hitler.
Oh, you got out on that part, so I didn't know who he empathized.
Yeah. That was a pretty important part. But yeah, pretty good movie. After Christmas, I watched. Oh, right. I forgot it for a moment. The Death of Stalin, which is a movie that came out this year, earlier. And did either of you guys hear about it?
I did
Is it a
not.
parody? Is it a parody movie
I wouldn't call it a parody. It's a historical
or it's
comedy.
comedy?
It's a
Yeah.
historical
Yes,
comedy.
I heard about it.
Yes, about the death of Stalin, obviously, and the kind of whole mess of bickering over Stalin's power between.
A Weekend of Stalins.
Yeah, the Politburo. And it's got an interesting cast. So the first thing about Death of Stalin, the characters are all Russian. No one's bothering with a Russian accent. Our main cast is Steve Buscemi as Nikita Khrushchev. English actor Simon Russell Beale as Lavrenti Beria. Michael Palin, one of the old fucking Monty Python guys, as Molotov. Jeffrey Tambor as Malenkov, and oh boy, yeah, what a time to be Jeffrey Tambor, huh? So the cast is just full of Americans doing American accents and Brits doing British accents, and my family couldn't get over it. I got over it really quickly. It's a very good comedy, and the thing is, like, it shows a lot of absurd moments, but most of what the movie says is supposed to be true, to my understanding. The only parts they fudged were parts where they had to fucking squish multiple historical events into occurring in a single week rather than over the course of several months. And that's just because that's movies, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a movie that it does not hesitate to make fun of these people despite them being real-life people. And Russia, obviously, the Russian government just absolutely shit the bed when the movie came out. And,
Yeah, it was banned.
yes, it was definitely banned. What few Russian people got to see it said it wasn't anything bad. They didn't understand why it was banned. But I guess you're not allowed to, you're probably not allowed to criticize Stalin in modern Russia, because I think right now they're trying to go through a whole thing of, like, rehabilitating Stalin's image and making him a national hero and all that shit.
They're trying to resurrect Stalin as a mech.
As a mech.
Addy, do you remember? Here's the thing. I'm thinking of a Simpsons moment now. Are you guys thinking of the Simpsons moment that I'm thinking of now?
I'm
not
not.
sure
I've
which
never
Simpsons
seen The
moment-
Simpsons.
Yeah, I'm not sure which Simpsons moments you're thinking of.
Okay, I need to look up this GIF because it's one of my favorite Simpsons moments, and every time I bring up a Simpsons moment, I say it's my favorite Simpsons moment. But, you know, I just love Simpsons. But I'm looking it up right now. But yes, Death of Stalin was a very good movie, though there was some moment that I thought was a little weird. It does have to ease back on some of the stuff, like the portrayal of Beria, who was the head of the NKVD and basically, you know, Stalin's guy that he always went to, like, oh, hey, this guy needs to be dead. Beria would be the guy who ensured that he died, right? And they had to hold back on him, firstly because he was a spectacularly brutal and cruel individual, but also because he was a noted pedophile and rapist who had the NKVD men abduct little girls off the streets and shove them in his cellar, and he would rape them. So, you know, I guess they felt like they had to tone down that a bit. They did show at least one scene of it, but I can't find the GIF I'm looking for. This one will have to suffice. But I'll go ahead and throw this also into the description of the video in case anyone at home wants to watch it. And damn it. Okay, hang on. Wait, hey, hang on. Okay, I got it.
Any year.
Yeah. There we go. So is that what you're imagining, Addy?
Yes, but with more Takaratsu Honda.
And here's the thing. It doesn't include subtitles. What Lennon is saying when he does that is, must crush capitalism. The movie is very funny, and I don't want to repeat some of the jokes, particularly because it's a fairly recent movie, and everybody needs to go watch it. I really enjoyed it. What I also did, well, for Christmas, the Castlevania Requiem collection went on sale, which is the duology of Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. Addy pointed it
Yeah,
out.
once again, you're welcome.
Yeah. Addy pointed it out to me on last week's podcast, so I went ahead and picked it up. And yeah, Rondo of Blood, really good Castlevania game. I'm awful at it. I'm just absolutely terrible at it. Great game, way too difficult for me. Yeah. It quickly becomes one of those games where you get used to the established pattern and you get set into a rut of trying to do the same thing over and over. Rondo of Blood did help me learn something, though. So, naturally, you guys would think, oh, well, all the Castlevania games have been Metroidvanias, right?
Right.
Wrong.
No.
Super wrong. Symphony of the Night innovated the Metroidvania style, particularly
Yeah,
for
I
the
knew that.
Castlevania series. I did not know that the classic Castlevanias, including Rondo of Blood, stuck to the kind of old retro game pattern of just levels and you go through them. I did not know that.
I did know that because when I am in the freaking gaming hemisphere, people won't shut up about freaking Castlevania.
Because it's
So
the
even
fucking
though-
national video game? You
It's a
walked
what?
into that one. You know you walked into that one.
If I was in Romania, maybe.
Your neighbors. Look, America's close
No,
enough to Canada that we fucking took Wolverine. We're close enough to Mexico that we took luchadors. You're close enough to Romania that you can
Well,
take
he-
vampires.
Well, yeah, but you don't hate freaking Canada and Mexico because they took your land.
No, we've got issues with Mexico, and Canada's got issues with us.
Like, genuinely, in the war, freaking Romania tried to sell Hungary out.
I know, you've told me about this before.
So what makes you think that the freaking relationship between the countries is good?
Because it's been 60 fucking years ago.
Do you think that freaking Hungarians, who are still like freaking great Hungarians, the only Hungary we should live in,
Look, but
give a shit about time?
in the time period between Gorbachev and Putin, we were fine with Russia. But then Putin came in and blew it. Oh, man. So there's your politics for the day. But yes, Rondo of Blood, very good game. It has now affected me a little bit in Smash, because with Smash, when they revealed the Belmonts, I was like, oh, hey, Simon Belmont, that iconic character. Who the fuck is Richter? What the fuck is a Richter Belmont? And Richter is the main character of Rondo of Blood and one of the central characters of Symphony of the Night. So now I think Simon's the loser.
I mean, Simon was in Captain M, wasn't he?
Simon wasn't what?
Simon was in Captain N, wasn't he?
I think he was, yes. He was.
That makes him infinitely better. Same with freaking Chainsmoker Mega Man.
No, Jesus.
I actually have a CD of that series.
Why?
Because I don't think it actually ever aired on TV here. It just got straight sent to freaking CD. And then I picked it up because I wanted to watch Super Mario TV shows that I had a phase. And one of the CDs came with I think it was like 8 episodes, and half of them were Super Mario Super Show like cutouts, and then half of them were where you know, it didn't have like Captain Lou and shit. It just had the cartoon parts of Super Mario Super Show, and then the other half were Captain N episodes.
Okay. That sounds like you
Yeah,
just bought a
that-
person's pirated CD.
I mean, I bought it from an actual supermarket. I bought it from freaking Tesco, I think.
Yeah. What you're describing here is reminding me of when we used to bring fucking blank CDs to my uncle for him to fucking pirate music and burn it onto the CDs. Oh, man.
But yeah, like apparently that's how it got licensed to here.
But
Sadly, I never got the freaking Mama Luigi episode though.
the what?
The Mama Luigi episode.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I feel like I don't want to know.
It's a really freaking old meme.
Oh, okay. I think a lot of the
yeah.
old memes came from shitty Nintendo cartoons.
Yeah, that's on CGI.
Yeah.
But like there was this episode, and I don't actually know what happens in it because the only thing that I freaking know about it is that there's a scene with Luigi and like freaking like he's cross dressing or something, and then he goes uh and Mario calls Luigi, and then he's like, "That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario."
Okay. They can make
Yeah.
memes out of anything, can't they?
This was 2007, so like this was one of the earlier memes. These were like proto YouTube poop memes. Like this was around the time of No
You know what
being a
dawned on
freaking
me?
meme.
You know what's just dawned
Yeah?
on me? YouTube poop has fucking expanded and has devoured the entirety of the rest of memes.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean, Addy.
No, I actually don't this time.
Cause they're shit. Cause they're shit, Addy, and the joke is that they're shit. That's
I don't know. Sometimes there are quality YouTube proofs that are well edited, and that's good about them that they're well edited. But
I'll admit
yeah.
I've not watched a ton of those.
I have a guy that I watch for his editing, and nothing. And like sometimes what he makes is funny, but I mostly watch because of the freaking time he puts into editing. Like it shows in quality. It's also not a lot of freaking ear rape because I just hate ear rape. It's
Well,
not freaking funny.
that's the wrong genre to look in if you don't want that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I stick to the people that I know are good and the people who turn out to be good. Like CS 188 has a couple of good ones, but it fluctuates. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
I just last week I think I actually found freaking YouTube proofs of tech phone.
I'm supposed to be
It's
talking
like-
about Castlevania right now.
Yeah.
Well, where did this lead,
We
Addy?
have taken a turn.
Is
Tech
this,
phone.
is this the horror of Castlevania? Is this is this the future Dracula wishes to bring?
Tech phone YouTube proofs are the best part of freaking Castlevania games.
Oh god. So hey, Symphony of the Night, it's better than Rondo of Blood, which is saying something because Rondo of Blood is really good. The difference between Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood, first of all, Symphony of the Night is a Metroidvania, which is what I thought I was actually buying into. The other difference is Symphony of the Night, I can actually beat it. Considerably easier than the other Castlevanias. Considerably. So much so that the classic Castlevania fans bitch about Symphony of the Night because they think it's too easy. And I feel like every fucking series that's known for having a difficult game or two also has a notable fan base that bitches about the games that they perceive to be easier. And those easier games also happen to be the popular ones. Because how many other fucking series are there that are like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Symphony and Rondo I'll have to talk more about once I've actually beaten them. I also got a Switch, yay! And I got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with it, yay! Smash Bros. Ultimate is really fucking good. So, it's interesting going in for me because I missed an entry. And it's also interesting for me because the only one I've played prior to this is Brawl. And there were some things that the Smash community talked about that I never understood. And now I realize that I didn't understand them because I started with Brawl. Cause, like, Pink, you've played... What's the oldest Smash you've played, Pink? You started with Melee, right?
I started with Melee, but I have played 64.
Alright, so, like, for me as someone starting with Brawl, it was weird whenever people mentioned, like, oh, the strength of Ness's baseball bat, how he can just do a ton of damage with it, because in Brawl, Ness's baseball bat was not that good.
Right.
And there's lots of other cases like that that I can't think of at the moment, because in classic Alex fashion, I had a ton of stuff going into this podcast I was ready to talk about, and I can't think of any of it. But I will say, like, Smash Ultimate is so much faster than Brawl, it's kind of incredible. And the changes, that they made to a lot of the stuff, like, we are now playing a Smash game where Ganondorf and Bowser are viable picks.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Brawl, when it was set up that even Captain Falcon was terrible. Because I remember everybody was like, oh yeah, Captain Falcon, he's the coolest. And playing Brawl, Captain Falcon was not the coolest. He was, in fact, the lamest. So I didn't get it. Why does everybody love the Falcon Punch? And now that I'm playing Smash Ultimate, where Falcon has been buffed to the point where he's not incredibly obnoxiously slow and is, in fact, a shockingly fast character, it's like, okay, yeah, Falcon's actually pretty awesome. It's interesting how this is this the first Smash where none of the characters are obnoxiously lame except Ridley?
I would say so.
Because like even Pac-Man, like I first picked up Pac-Man, and I was like, yeah, Pac-Man's not great. And then like the tips section, which actually explains what makes some moves good, like Pac-Man's really good because nearly every move Pac-Man has is really safe. So taking risks is not a thing with Pac-Man. He can always be doing something.
Right.
Like all the new characters are good additions. Like the main thing I've heard people say though is it's not Meta Knight level, but the Inkling is too good. The Inkling is overpowered right now, supposedly.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I've been hearing as well. The tier lists do not exist, but Inkling is at the top of it.
I've seen one tier list, but the issue was that it kind of just said, okay, Inkling's at the top, Ridley's at the bottom, everyone else is somewhere in between, but everyone else is viable.
Right.
Like if we exclude Ridley and Inkling, right now the general tier list thing is okay, everybody's equally viable for once.
Right. It's like there are no clear-cut stragglers at the bottom of the tier list, and outside of Inkling, there's nobody that it's like must pick to win. Very, very balanced, which is probably the first time it has ever occurred in a Smash game where at release there's no clear-cut tier list, at least that I'm aware of.
Now, the DLC, of course, hasn't come out yet, so we don't know if we'll get a Bayonetta, but, you know.
Right.
Which, by the way, I cannot fucking unlock Bayonetta. She is kicking my ass every time I run into her in the fucking challengers. Oh. So, the thing that... It feels like I now retroactively look at Brawl, and it feels like in Brawl, I never realized it, but they made everyone's normals too good, because you brought up that everyone's limbs now feel shorter. It feels like there are now several characters who have normals with very clear weaknesses, and characters that just plain have bad normals. Like with the Belmonts.
Right.
Have you got to play either of the Belmonts yet, Pink?
Yes.
The Belmonts are very good at range, and they've got really good tools, but the Belmonts suck at close range. They suck at like melee range. Someone like Little Mac or Captain Falcon will just tear them to pieces.
Right.
And like along those lines, Little Mac, I know, like it feels like it's definitely more balanced and that characters have more clear weaknesses. Because I've been really enjoying Little Mac, because I skipped out on Wii U, so I didn't get to try Little Mac in his first entry. This is the first time I'm getting to play Little Mac, and I'm really enjoying him. Little Mac is really good at beating the shit out of people. You know where Little Mac really suffers?
Yep, the recovery.
90% of my Little Mac deaths are because I thought it was safe to jump off the side, and then that fucking uppercut did not save me at all.
Yep. It's hard to place Little Mac because even in a 4, where his recovery was probably even worse, you still couldn't really put him at the bottom of the tier list because he's very capable of killing people very early. He's a very powerful character, but his recovery is just awful.
He's probably got the best normals in the game, I'd say.
Yep. I'd agree.
And his specials aren't shabby either. Like the parry is really good for whenever you're, because the one area I would say he suffers is that attacking downwards. But even then, just switch to it. Just use his parry to make yourself invincible, make it safer to go in.
Right. I would say like basically any character with a parry is a very good pick because they're all very powerful, and at the moment I would say all the Fire Emblem characters are probably at the top of the tier list, even though there is no clear-cut tier list and everyone is viable. The Fire Emblem characters, or any sword character in general, seem to be doing very well, and if you have a parry, it makes things even safer for you. So they're very good picks.
And I remember Brawl, when Ike was easily the weakest of the Fire Emblem characters, like, because of the buffs to slow characters, where now, like, they don't have the ridiculous landing lag they did, and all the physics have been fixed a little bit, now the slow characters are not bad at all. So Ike's just as viable as Martha Roy.
Yep.
It's a good world to live in where Bowser is an actual pick. Like, Bowser's actually kind of terrifying now, which is I would never have expected. If only if the tournament I was in had actually been on Smash Ultimate, then maybe the Bowser pick wouldn't have been my doom.
You could have won.
I wouldn't go that far, but I might have made it to the third. I might have made it to the third bracket. Yeah. What character was I going to mention? I do think that though it's not random though the character order you unlock them. I think it's very definitely not random.
Oh, is it not?
Because at first we loaded up a save file on my sister's profile, and then we loaded up a save on mine. And while I'd say it's semi-random, you're still like the first couple unlocks are still no matter what going to be Peach, Ness, Marth, fucking Bowser probably. And
right.
It seems like very definitely no matter what, Bayonetta and Incineroar and Meta Knight are going to be saved for the end. Because I've filled out most of the roster and I am just now hitting Bayonetta. I have not even seen a fucking whiff of Incineroar. Which is sad.
Have you seen Luigi yet?
I got Luigi was Luigi definitely comes near the end, which is shocking.
All right. Because, yeah, he came near the end for me as well. So, yeah, I suppose it is semi-random.
I think Mr. Game & Watch was also near the end. So it's like, oh, well, several of my favorite characters. Fuck.
I think Mr. Game & Watch was the last one I unlocked.
Shit. It feels like they nerfed Mr. Game & Watch a little bit.
It does. They changed a lot of his moves, so I'm not used to him yet, and I'm not quite enjoying his new move set. So I haven't put a lot of time into him just because I haven't liked the changes, but maybe in the future I'll figure out what's going on with him, but for now I'm going to stick with Pichu.
Oh, yeah. Now that it's a weird world when they've made Pichu and Mewtwo viable. That's when it's real fucking weird.
Right? Because it's like going in, I already knew I had to main Pichu. But then once I'm playing Ultimate, it's like, oh wait, Pichu's actually really good. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's like I figured I'd hobble myself for my family members and give them a fighting chance, but no, here's this little rodent just completely wrecking shop. I'm like, oh, whoops, that was a mistake.
I ran into the same thing. With that with that 8 you start with, I was like, all right, I'll pick the one character I never play because I hate her, Samus. And it's like, oh no, Samus is actually really good in Ultimate. I made a mistake.
The rodent thing will be a good description for when we play Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah.
Because I made freaking Rocket Raccoon.
Fucking Trap City.
Yeah. The thing with Rocket Raccoon is that I can freaking figure out his inputs because it's just freaking Shoryukens, Hadoukens, and bloody half circles. And still, the thing that I want never comes out.
Marvel 3 is really awkward with inputs. I noticed that. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how Capcom got better, it got crisper with inputs, but like it was definitely weak on Xbox 360. But yeah, like not to keep Smash Ultimate talk going infinitely, but like I am now like I really want to try Bayonetta. So now I'm really fucking set on unlocking her, at least partially because I just played her game, but also because I want to see how she behaves in this game because I don't understand.
Does she have like a whitish color scheme? Can we call her Bayonetta?
I think she might as a send up to Jean's final outfit from the end of Bayonetta 1.
Oh, that's too white.
I know that she has a skin where her hair is white.
Yeah, they've got to have a Jean send up skin of some kind. I'm still kind of shocked they didn't have Jean be one of the Echo Fighters. But yeah. So now
Can we get an Echo Fighter DLC?
I would love to see that. Because there's a lot of Echo Fighters that we need.
Yeah.
I want to see Jean for Bayonetta. Let me take a fucking look at the roster screen.
Zengi for Incineroar.
Zangief for Incineroar, absolutely. He was one of the big ones. As soon as I saw Incineroar, I was like, no, I want him to fucking be... Oh, man. Is there any way they could get Waluigi in at the last possible moment?
Who would he be an Echo Fighter for?
Luigi.
A Wii Fit Trainer.
We fit trainer.
Yes,
Yeah.
that actually fits too well.
And but he has Little Max Super, where he turns into a big version of himself and beats the shit out of you. Oh man.
When Wii Trainer talks about the freaking poses that shit, Evolution just says "Wah."
Oh god. No.
Yes, you know you want it. You know you want your body violated by the Wah.
How did we not get a Mega Man fucking Echo Fighter of 0 or X? How did that not happen? Now that I look at it.
Exactly.
And no fucking Sonic Echo Fighter of Shadow. Though I'm happy that one's not there because I hate Shadow, but at the same time, somebody out there would be happy about it. Oh man, could you imagine how much the roster screen would expand if they made it where fucking the Koopa kids each were their own separate character instead of just being skins for Bowser Jr.? The screen just the character select screen just doubles.
There's like an entire row dedicated to the Koopalings.
It would be like Mortal Kombat Armageddon, where the whole top row was just freaking ninjas.
Yeah, that's a good example. Yeah, I also kind of forgot about that. All right.
But I like how it was like male ninjas, then on the row under that was like female ninjas, and some characters who are ninjas sprinkled in somewhere, and then it was all of the other ones.
These losers. Now I want to ask Pink this question. So we know that the first DLC character is going to be Joker from Persona 5. That means there's 4 more DLC characters. Pink, I want to hear your... First, let's go for a dream list, since this is kind of at the point where predicting it's going to be very difficult. Because Joker was already enough of a fucking hit from left field, and Reggie Fils-Aime has already pretty much said, like, oh yeah, we're just going with whoever the fuck we feel like at this point. So who would be your dream for other DLC characters, Pink?
Oh, let's see. It's an excellent question. Obviously, I want Ivy Valentine in there. I said that on a prior episode or two ago.
She'd probably be the best one out of the Soul Cal cast to fit.
Yeah,
She's probably got...
like I do really want a Soul Calibur representative in there, and I really couldn't decide on any of the male characters I wanted to see in there, but Ivy Valentine is obviously the go-to pick.
I would say Ivy's
on the
too
female
naked.
side.
I would say Ivy's too naked, but Bayonetta's in, so...
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like, I was on the same train of thought, and I came to the same conclusion. Bayonetta's in, so why not Ivy?
And Ivy's probably the one out of the Soul Cal cast that would like have the most capability at range. Because the issue with Soul Cal is that like most of them don't have special moves that give them any ranged capability. Ivy could just do the fucking whip sword. She'd be like the Belmonts, but instead of having good ranged moves, she'd have actual close range moves.
Yep. It's like while I was on my little train of thought with Ivy, I was also thinking Fury from the Darksiders. I'm not sure if that's a series that will even be coming out on a Nintendo console, but all bets are off. And Fury's got that snake sword as well, so I was like, if not Ivy Valentine, then we can at least get the Fury chick with her snake sword, and that'll work out perfectly.
And then we can have a Fury Echo Fighter who's just Ivy Valentine.
Right.
You just want a chick with a whip.
Yeah.
You freak.
Oh wait, no, that sounds wrong.
Put in freaking Vanessa or whatever her name was from KOF.
Ah!
I swear I was thinking moveset capabilities, not just whipping.
Addy, the girl wielding the whip in KOF, do you mean Whip?
Was that her name?
Her name was just Whip.
Who the hell is Vanessa then?
Who the hell is what?
Vanessa.
Vanessa was the boxer, the FBI agent boxer chick.
I don't remember
with
her
red
like
hair,
that.
and she did the aura when she did the punches.
Yeah, I think I remember her. Yeah.
I can't believe you'd forget her. She's one of my KOF favorites.
Contrary to popular belief, I don't actually play a lot of KOF.
Oh. All right then. So Ivy, Fury, who Would you say put those in the same slot, or are we going for like? Are we going for 3 more, 2 more?
Oh, we'll say with those are the same slot. One of the other ones I wanted that I kind of at the same time wouldn't want because there are so many Fire Emblem characters, but Lyn from the GBA release.
Lyn would be.
Probably the first Fire Emblem in America.
It's kind of shocking that Lyn's not in, but at the same time, this fact that they kept her as an assist trophy is not instilling confidence.
Right. It's like she was the only Fire Emblem character that I really wanted to see make it in. And she was demoted to assist trophy status yet again, and that kind of crushed my spirits.
She's not anime enough like the new Fire Emblem characters.
Right. It's like a new one that's like a fish dragon or something, Corrin.
Yeah, Corrin is
Crazy.
hideous.
Yeah.
I look at Corrin's design and I'm just like, what the fuck happened? He's just anime armor.
Does Core just sing Freak on a Leash or repeat?
Shut up, Addy.
What was I going to say? I forgot. Whatever. Oh, right, they're gonna have the best freaking Fire Emblem character in Goku.
Goku.
Is this the first time ever I'll be saying shut up, Addy twice in the space of a minute? Shut up, Addy. Oh, man.
I would like to see Paper Mario make it in.
That would be an interesting choice. That would be an interesting choice. I feel like that'd kind of be a spit in the face of everyone who's demanding Geno, though. Here's your Mario
I've never
RPG
played
character.
Super Mario RPG. I need to do that someday, though.
Here's your Mario RPG character. It's another variant of Mario.
They could have Geno in as an actual character, and Paper Mario was a Mr. Game and Watch thing, Echo Fighter, I guess.
Well, that would be interesting, but
Why does Mario turn into a gigantic octopus?
Yeah, Game & Watch's moveset has changed a bit. I don't know if it's changed enough to compensate for Mario moveset. I'll have to go back and see. Because I think Mr. Game & Watch still pulls out a crab as his back air, so that might complicate things.
I mean, actually, Mario could probably just pull out the crabs from the original Mario Bros.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
The thing is, Mario's been in fucking 300 games. If you need an explanation for him doing some random move, point to a random game.
Mario pulls out the dictionary because he was in Mario Teaches Typing.
That's his ultimate.
Yeah.
It turns into Typing of the Dead, but it's a Smash.
Yeah.
Typing of the Smash.
Yeah, it turns into Typing of the Dead, and you need to write in the freaking words above the other players' heads, but you need to do it with the freaking the Joy-Con and with the freaking keyboard being on screen.
That'd be brutal. It covers up the health bars too, so nobody can fucking see what health they have. Oh man. And who would be your final pick, Pink?
Let's see. If we're gonna sit on the semi-realistic side, how about Rayman?
Here's the thing: Rayman is in the game. You haven't played World of Light. Rayman is one of the spirits. I freaked out when I saw him. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Everyone is here. They're just all spirits.
Could you imagine if you fucking go into the fucking spirits and it's like, oh hey, Master Chief, Nathan Drake, fucking Marcus Phoenix, they're all here.
Kazuma Kiryu as the spirit of freaking like Little Mac. Because he's in boxer style or whatever it was called, Rushdown style.
Yeah. Rayman would be a great one. I think the biggest issue with Rayman simply is the fact that he's a Western character.
That's true.
Because, like, I don't think there's a single Western designed character on the roster, is there? K-Rool is Western, because Rare made K-Rool, right? King K-Rool?
Right.
He's the only Western character on the roster. Huh. I'm not wrong, right? There's no Western character?
I don't think you're wrong. I might go back and look at the lists later and see if there's any other Western character on there, but I think K. Rool's the only one.
Are you telling me that Chrome isn't a Western design?
Chrome's not even the worst Fire Emblem design to go with. Addy, you realize Marth is a guy, right?
I don't even know who the hell Mart is.
The guy with the pixie cut. And the little...
Which one?
The hairband. The one
He's blue.
and the tiny, the little Zhonghua sword. Alright, let's move on. So...
I don't think keep up.
I'd love to see Rayman. Rayman would fit the roster perfectly. It's just... Would Ubisoft... Ubisoft already agreed to have him in as a spirit, but I'd wonder whether or not it'd be a big deal to switch him over to a playable character. Because there are some spirits in that game that are very clearly just variations of playable characters. Unless we're considering Rock Mario to be a different a different person from Mario.
Rock Mario. Everybody remembers and loves Rock Mario, right?
Yeah, Rock Mario was Mario in his teens when he was a juvenile delinquent.
That would actually.
I know Shantae got a spirit, and I know everybody's been asking for her, and I wonder if that also lessens her chance of being a DLC character.
Yeah, I just got Shantae as well. Oh man, what was it? So yeah, that's a pretty good wish list. The only thing I'd say is like the fact that you went with Lynn and Paper Mario, because I think Reggie Fils-Aime just outright said there won't be any more Nintendo characters.
Oh,
yeah,
that opens up a whole new world of opportunity.
They're all going to be third party.
Very nifty.
We did Beatrix from freaking Cybernature because she can give the suck.
I don't even know what reference you're making.
The Cybernature protagonist. Her name is Beatrix.
It is? You can
Yeah.
see her?
Yeah, if you read the emails, then they call her by name.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I did read the emails, but I didn't see that. Huh.
Yeah, they either call her B or Beatrix, so...
Oh, I probably read one that called her B and just assumed it was supposed to be ambiguous. Huh.
Yeah, they should make her a DLC character because she can give the suck.
God. Damn it, Addy. Alright. So, for my list, I'd probably go with... I think you guys know the first one. The fucking one that I've been a crazy person yelling at the moon about.
Yeah, obviously, you want nobody else but freaking...
Virgil.
Yeah, not Virgil, you want Trish.
I do want Virgil and Trish. Shut up! It's just that Dante's more realistic. But yeah, Dante, absolutely Dante. I'll pitch two that I want, but I know aren't realistic. Doom Guy and Sub-Zero. I don't even really want Sub-Zero that much. But I do want Doom Guy, and I want Lara Croft. I don't even want Lara Croft because I'm a fan. I want Lara Croft because it feels like she's the biggest gaming icon that isn't there right now.
Right, she was one of my fantasy picks.
And
that sounds wrong.
So you want Lara Croft with a whip, Pink?
Yeah, you don't want to know how much time Pink spent in the shower waiting for her to undress.
Wait,
sometimes I say things without thinking and then I immediately regret it. This is one of those times.
Is Pink the creepy old butler that follows Lara around the mansion?
Yeah.
Lara has a creepy old butler?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the old games.
He would follow her around on the home stage. And you could not stop him except there was one secret way. You could lock him in the refrigerator. Oh, man. I can't see Lara or Doom Guy happening because they're Western characters. But Doom Guy also feels like a guy who's been synonymous enough with Nintendo consoles in the past. Because the classic Doom trilogy is Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 64. Which, I mean, when you think about it, is skipping like 61 or 62 entries, but you know.
Yeah. And then there's also the fact that the new Doom was actually released on Switch.
Yes, and so will Doom Eternal, and I'll probably buy Doom Eternal on Switch so I can have Doom on the go.
Oh.
So
Doom Guy's chances aren't so slim.
They aren't. I really want Doom. Look, if it wouldn't even matter who two of them are, if I got Dante and Doom Guy, I would be satisfied forever. And then the fourth pick. For the fourth pick, I don't even know. I don't want to go with Kiryu because Kiryu is like as far away from a Nintendo console as you could be. Because Yakuza.
A lot like Joker, you know?
Well, I mean, Shin Megami Tensei games have come out on Nintendo consoles, just not Persona games. Oh, can you guys not hear me?
I couldn't hear you for that final part.
Ah, fuck it, whatever. It didn't matter.
It's on recording.
Yeah, it's on recording.
That's all that matters.
I don't, it feels a little cheap to ask for someone from a franchise that's already represented. But I'll admit, I would love to see Raiden.
Yeah.
New Raiden, not old Raiden.
Naked Light Raiden from the freaking beginning of whichever game that was.
Old Raiden would have to be an Echo Fighter of Snake. New Raiden, though, that'd be incredible.
Did you mean Revengeance Raiden?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I still need to freaking pick up Revengeance.
Revengeance is awesome. Revengeance is absolutely fucking
Yeah, I
incredible.
know. I played the demo.
I need to go back and play Revengeance, actually. Because I'm forgetting most of its mechanics now. Most of what I'm remembering is the fact that you could slow-mo and then fucking cut up people in the way you wanted to. That's really fucked up when you think about it, but you know. Raiden is a psychopath, so it works. I love Raiden at least partially because he's the Punisher of Metal Gear. It's like, yeah, he's a really fucked up person, but at least he goes after the guys that deserve it.
You can also play as him in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Pre-order now.
You can. I remember unlocking that outfit. And Metal Gear returned the favor in Peace Walker, where there was a secret part in the game where you could do a leap of faith into a hay bale. And after that, you would unlock the hay bale as an alternative to the cardboard box.
Oh.
And it was super overpowered because it was a version of the cardboard box where you could still use melee takedowns and knockouts. So fucking Snake would just be, fucking tiptoeing everywhere in a hay bale, putting everybody in fucking sleeper holds. Oh, man. Oh, Pink, did you see that they made a change to Snake's cardboard box in Smash Ultimate? It's now a Luigi taunt. It now deals damage.
I did not see that.
Yeah, when he throws the box backwards, it deals like a slight bit of damage, but it's like Luigi's little dust kick that it can't.
Ah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's able to be used as a meteor strike as well.
I don't know if it can. I haven't put much practice in with it. I think they also made it where, to a degree, it will, like, when he puts the box on, it will protect him from one hit. Because it'll hit the box and the box.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the box will go flying, but Snake will be fine. They made Snake really good in this game. I did not like Snake in Brawl, but he's really fucking good in Ultimate.
Yeah, I'm of the same opinion. But like we were saying earlier, everyone's really good in this game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The biggest change is the fact that the grenades don't take forever to go off anymore.
Yeah. And you can angle the grenades now as well. I don't remember if you could do that in Brawl or not.
I think you can do that with every thrown weapon now, because like the Belmonts can angle their axes, and that changes them quite a bit.
Oh, I didn't know they could angle their axes. I need to go try that.
They might be able to angle the holy water too. I don't think they can. No, they can't.
Oh.
The holy
I think I've tried with the holy water and nothing came of it. I don't know why I didn't bother trying with the axes though.
Yeah. The holy water's physics are weird, by the way. Have you tried it whenever you're on the edge of a platform?
Yes.
Because you'd think it'd go straight down. No, it fucking goes sideways to a degree.
Yeah.
Like it was really bad. I did it on Shadow Moses once, expecting to hit the guy directly beneath me. No, it fucking hit the wall. The opposite wall. I'm glad to have Shadow Moses back, though, because I always think of that as one of the classic Smash stages. And yeah, that's really fucking good. And we have got up to 3.5 hours on today's podcast.
The power of Smash.
The power of Smash, indeed. Me and Pink were thinking we were going to record Scribble Notes after this. I don't know now. Because I need to go eat and like talk with my family and do my taxes.
Oh yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
What's social interaction for anyway?
Addy says after earlier saying he won't have kids.
It's not that I don't want kids; it's that I won't have kids. I don't see a possibility when I will.
Oh man. Look, dude, come over here to the States. Chicks dig Europeans.
Wealthy Europeans.
No.
I'm not at least half of those.
I think the more accurate term is that just chicks dig foreigners in general, and dudes dig
Right.
foreigners in general. Really,
Right.
Americans
There
dig.
were a lot of like German vacationers a couple years back. It was really strange. I don't know why.
It
Americans.
would then.
It's weird to have vacationers over in my area at all, but
Really,
even weirder to have them all come from the same place.
really, Americans dig Europeans in general. Europeans would dig Americans if the last couple of presidents hadn't blown it for us. Me and Pink, it's got to be the number one grudge we have against our politicians. They blew our chances of getting European chicks. Ah. All right, folks. I think we can call that a podcast. Eddie, say bye. Fucker. Later,
Bye.
folks. Every time. You wait for me to keep talking so you can fucking blurt it out while I'm talking. You're waiting on me. I swear. It's a conspiracy against me.
It's a CO conspiracy.
Oh, no.
Oh, I've got 2 new dream picks.
2 new what?
Dream picks.
Dream picks.
Oh, we didn't even talk about what we thought the realistic picks would be. Fuck.
Oh no!
Thank you, Addy, actually, for once for doing that, because you kept the podcast going. Okay, Pink, quick, shoot your 2 dream picks.
Snoop Dogg and Tracer.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, it would be like a Duck Hunt character. It would be the 2 of them in a team.
That'd be even better.
They can agree on one thing. They both love the ladies.
And read.
I wish Overwatch was on Switch, because I could actually... Tracer would actually fit into Smash perfectly. Because she's got good moves for it, too.
Yeah.
But I'm already Tracer.
Oh, man. And the realistic picks, well, a leak rumor kind of thing going around earlier suggested it might be Dragon Quest Man. You know, the fucking Dragon Quest games. Be some fucking
Yeah.
loser
Never
from
played one of
those.
those.
I don't think any of us have played those games. If we want to ask about those games, we got to bring Mike on.
I think Ethan played those games, but I'm not sure.
Well, I think Ethan and Brian, the regular JRPG guys in the forum, have played them. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say both Ethan and Brian like have an entire like catalog that completely eclipses anything else in the world that we've played.
But
Also, I just...
well, I mean,
I just
Ethan at least has
go
the
ahead.
excuse that video games literally are his day job. So
Right.
for him, that's market research. Ah.
I also remember that I actually started watching Boruto again this week.
Oh no. It's a good thing we're going to... You know what? Let's skip the realistic picks and let's just go ahead and end this. Because honestly, I don't think there was much capacity for realistic pick. Like, unless...
Yeah.
Do you think that we...
Let's be honest. Our realistic picks are probably just as realistic as our fantasy picks at this point.
I'd say
Yeah.
with realistic picks, we'd stick to Eastern characters. And that would make it a bit more realistic.
So we would make it the J-Stars game.
Can we get the Great Muda?
Well, he was in Yakuza, so he was in a video game.
Yes! Confirmed. You heard it here first.
No,
folks.
no, we wouldn't get the Great Buddha. We would get Keiji Muto because that's how he was in a video game.
Same thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Shining Lizard to Mario. Break his big fat nose.
And what if we get Kenny Omega?
Instead of
It's like he's
instead of it,
Eastern, but he's Western at the same time.
If Kenny Omega was in that game, I'm pretty sure we have a friend who would go on a shooting spree. So
Instead of freaking uh, instead of Muta having his own moves, he just represents all of wrestling. So he has the burning hammer, he has the go to sleep, he has the shining wizard.
He's just the NJPW representative.
Yeah. He has a Driver 89 or whichever one that was.
I wish.
Is the recording still going, by the way?
Oh, it's still going. It's still going. I'm not exactly sure whether we want to actually move ahead with the realistic picks topic or not.
Make it a freaking 5-hour podcast. Go.
Okay. So here's the question I'd want to ask: do you think we'll get multiple representatives from each company that's already part of this, or do we think that they try to pick up the remainder of the Japanese companies they haven't already picked up? Because they've got just about everybody in there at this point.
Right, I really don't know.
Because, I mean, if they want to go for another Namco representative, I could definitely see Heihachi. I'd say Heihachi is definitely more realistic than Ivy.
The thing is that Heihachi is already in the game.
He is, yes. He's Pac-Man's taunt, right?
Yeah.
What if
Putting
Pac-Man
Kuma.
is just foreshadowing?
Pac-Man's new move is that he just summons Heihachi.
Yeah.
That becomes his new ultimate.
Put Kuma into the game.
Well, if they did it like PlayStation All-Stars, because Heihachi wasn't PlayStation All-Stars, then Kuma would be Heihachi summonable. So, oh man, I would have to question that if they'd want any overlap with PlayStation All-Stars at all. Because if they brought in Dante, that'd be overlap with PlayStation All-Stars. If they brought in Heihachi, overlap. If
Right.
they brought in Raiden, that'd be overlap. Can we just say PlayStation All-Stars ruined it for everyone now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it is complicated because is PlayStation All Stars even on their radar at this point?
But why did they have to go and make things so complicated?
Oh my god. Really? Really, Addy?
I had to get that in.
Fucking Carrie Underwood reference. You had to get it in.
No, that's actually an Avril Lavigne and
It is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah.
I don't know music in the last 20 years. I barely know music in the last 50 years.
Uh,
I feel like
assume-
Carrie Underwood's a country star.
I think she is, but I lump every 2000s era female singer in as Carrie Underwood.
Nintendo should take off all their preppy clothes.
Oh, no. I think it's confirmed right there. We are not going to be able to do realistic picks because it leads to Addy bringing up
Avril Lavigne.
We need to cut it now. Turn the podcast off. It's over.
later, folks. We will see you later.